Fries.
I'm just going to be like, I'm the American.
Hello and welcome to Roundtable Gaming, the Xbox and Professor Showcase reaction show. What a great way to start the show. So got Centurion. Welcome. How are you doing? Thanks for making it.
Oh, no, man. Thank you for inviting me to this. I can only imagine what time of the night it is for you guys. So
Say about 9 o'clock.
For me, it was like roll out of bed, have a little bit of breakfast, get dressed, and tune on the event.
Grab a beer.
Oh man, but it's been a good day so far. I'm excited, and this is going to be a fun show.
Good to hear. Removal sanity. Thanks for coming
on.
Even though he thought the show was last night, he did.
I look, after literally dealing with a toddler that was throwing up for 24 hours straight, your brain does go a little bit. Yeah.
It does.
So I was a bit worried I wasn't going to make it. That's all.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yes, looking forward to the chat and looking forward to everyone's thoughts on the Nintendo event.
Yep. Welcome to Boardman Gamer with that bloody Sonic picture in the background. He loves to show off.
That picture is going to stay there until they actually release a good Sonic game. So consider it being there for the next few years, because Sonic Frontiers is a load of crap.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Can the man from across the way ask is it like a controversial picture or what's going on with the fuck?
Hang on.
You might as well show him, BMJ.
Seems you.
Yeah, bring it in.
Show him.
Come on.
Show him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's funny.
Just to understand, just the context of that, Boardman Gamer is an absolute Sonic fan. He's got a Sonic tattoo on his arse, and since then he has. The last game kind of begrudged him a little bit, and he's may have gone to the dark side now.
I've never recovered from Sonic Generations.
Oh God, yes.
Oh dear. But no, I'm good. Thank you for having me on Roundtable this evening. Enjoyed the show, and I'm looking forward to talking about it and bringing up how Gears wasn't there.
Boy, you leave Gears out of this.
I did. I did
just like the show.
I didn't need to leave them out. Xbox did it for us.
Oh my word!
Oh, someone's gone.
Oh my word!
No, but thank you for having me.
No, it'd be fun. Animated Evil, thanks for joining us.
Do you know what? This is the first time I've jumped in on a Sunday evening, and yes, I'm good. Thank you for having me. Of course, it wouldn't be the meet without the really, really good T-shirt, because Darren's always like, "What's the T-shirt? What's the T-shirt?" Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that T-shirt. That is fucking superb, right?
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
So we've got Wile E. Coyote on the T-shirt today. That's why I'm Animated Evil. I like the cartoon bad guys. And did you know, right, that the E in Wile E. Coyote is Ethelbert. Wile Ethelbert Coyote. That's it. Yep. So anyway,
now that's a name you don't hear anymore.
Ethelbert, right? Wiley Ethelbert Coyote. That's his name. Okay. It's believed to be that. I can tell you the story. I'm not going to do it, but however, yes, great to be here. Let's go. We did see a show today, and that's what we're going to talk about. BMG is drinking his
Nectar
lager. Yeah, Nectar of the Gods. It tastes like piss. It's shit.
Even though in Australia, so there we go. Castlemaine. So.
Should be Castlemaine.
It's you can't buy it. Yeah, but you can't buy it.
He is drinking the worst.
Don't you remember those Paul Hogan adverts, Crocodile Dundee?
Oh yeah.
That's why he's drinking Foster's, because he can't get Castlemaine here no more.
He is drinking the worst beer.
Oh, he's got more.
Okay.
Gotta be supplied. Again, talking about that. How do we know what Nat's piss tastes like?
I don't, but it just tasted like piss.
I've tried them both. And and Nat's piss was better than Foster's. I'm just saying. And anyway, right. Beside that, thank you for letting me on a Sunday night. No one lets look. Do you know what, Stubbs? No one lets me loose on a Sunday night. You've let me loose. It's fine. Let's go.
Funny one. Darren, thanks for coming on and welcome.
You're welcome, Stubbs. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. That's it.
That was
Is that it?
He's in the menus.
You didn't ask me what I've been playing or anything. You just said welcome to the show. I said thanks for the invite. That was it.
Subtle, short, sweet.
Well, there you go.
Is that it? Jeez.
A precursor for tonight. A precursor for tonight's show, isn't it? That's it.
Lost Boomer said he's fiddly-diddly in the menus.
Oh, God, not that again.
Fiddly-diddly in the menus, yeah.
Oh, you might as well tell the story, Animated. You might as well tell the story. I know you're going to.
I am not going to. I'm not going to. However, Stubb said, welcome to the show. Let's introduce yourself. Come on. This is your moment. Go.
Hi,
Darren, go.
Oh. Hi, well, thank you for the invite to the show. Welcome. I'm glad to be on the podcast with Centurion. I've never been on one with him before. I play all sorts of games. I stream loads of games, all different ones. As Boomer likes to call me, I'm a flip-flopper. Animated, you put me on the fucking spot, you sod.
Always, brother. I love you.
You actually got me tongue-tied now.
Hey, Lost Boomer's busy this evening. He's playing with 5 men.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, God, no. I've got to find that and clip that.
Centurion has no idea what he's on about. Apparently, one night he went, I'm playing with 3 men. And his missus looked at him funny.
He did.
No, what it was, Centurion, me, Animated, and Lost Boomer, and Paul AFC that's in the chat, we was playing Division 2. We'd all had a bit of a few beers and everything, and we were fucking about on Division 2. And it was streaming from my channel, and I said, hello, welcome to the viewers in the chat. I am currently playing with three older men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you get live viewers on those streams, dude, whatever works, man.
The trouble is no one batted an eyelid.
That's how he got 200 followers then.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
It was on Pornhub at the time.
I think the fact that he said that, right, and I was in the room at the time. Centurion, do you know what? I did take the piss a lot. Yeah, so I just went straight in. As soon as he said that, I went straight at it. Yeah, Darren felt silly. And he always will, bless him. Love you, Darren.
If you can't take the piss at your mates, who can you take the piss out of?
Yeah,
and the other one, the saying as fiddly diddly in the menus is because I joined the Warlords King of New York DLC with Animated and Lost Boomer and that, and they were fucking about like getting killed, and I was sitting there sorting my fucking weapons out while they're getting shot at.
No. When you said we are fucking about getting killed, we were actually playing the game, dude. That's not fucking about getting killed, right? We were playing the actual game. It was you that was fucking about in the menus.
The guy lagging behind, digging through their little fancy backpack in Division is totally part of the actual experience because it happens over here too.
To be fair, Animated is the one guy that is like, he's the one guy that'll leg it. He's like the, this Leroy Jenkins guy. He will literally it doesn't matter where he is. If anyone started or even getting he's out. He's already gone. And like,
Leroy! Yeah, I'll be.
There's a plan? No, gone. He's there. He's in.
sometimes when you're in the division in games like that, where there's loot drops, you're just sometimes like, please don't get a drop. Please don't get a drop. Let's just keep continuing. Oh, dude, I got a legendary. Hold up a sec. Oh, man, I'm going to go make a sandwich.
No such thing for animated. No, no chance.
Welcome, everyone.
Like Removal says, I am Leroy. Seriously, let's go. Fuck it. Straight in.
Yeah. There is. That guy just runs.
However, Stubbs, let's get the show on track, right? Let's do it.
Did I introduce you, Centurion?
Huh?
He was the first person.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't think you've introduced removable or animated yet.
No, I have.
Yeah,
I have. Yeah.
We've all been introduced.
So how do you want to do this?
Let's go.
How do you want to do this show?
Well, you say something and we'll talk about it.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
We do need to take a moment of silence for VJ who can't be with us.
Yeah, that is true.
Get well, buddy.
A moment of silence. He's not fucking dead, is he? Jesus.
No, he's just not feeling very well.
Say, what happened to VJ? What the fuck?
I didn't say rest in peace. I just said a moment of silence.
Who shot VJ? Fuck no
one.
I didn't think anything that groundbreaking was shown at the event.
No. Welcome to Paul AFC in chat, Warwick Gaming Channel.
Hey Paul, Warwick.
Darren's also in chat. BMG's in chat.
Hi BMG.
Lost Boomers in chat. Welcome. That's it at the minute. Doing well to get 11 viewers at the minute because every channel's streaming. That's not bad at the minute.
Everyone's gonna be doing this tonight. So
everyone's going to be talking about the PlayStation event.
PlayStation. Yeah. I thought this was a Steam event.
Will be in about 5 minutes.
Is it not?
No, I was watching The Rock and Iron Paradise. I was actually getting online to buy some of his energy drink. No, really, what are we talking about?
This is a 4-hour podcast. No, I don't do 4-hour podcasts. No, I don't. Not anymore.
No, he only does 3 hours.
Well, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it live. He has done a podcast that's beyond 4 hours. He's just not live for half of it.
I have done a 3-hour podcast with Redfall and then Techno Fabulous, but them days are gone. I don't do that anymore.
He's got all.
He's got a 5-hour one with me.
Stubscast.
That was a different Stubbs. He was a crazy guy.
Yeah, he was.
Pre-knee injury.
So how should we break this down then? I don't know.
How about I'll like, not to interrupt, but did anybody have like issues with trying to figure out the right stream? And I'm not talking about dude. I ended up on a stream that was normal for about 20 minutes. Then all of a sudden, some closed caption voice kicked in. And it's all two dinosaurs fighting, human hand. Guy pulls on fire. At that point, you couldn't even watch the event.
It was the mainstream. It actually said audio description. You couldn't turn it off. You had to watch it on Twitch.
Right. And I switched to a different one and got stuck on one with the sign language lady.
I did not experience that. I'm going to be honest.
You watched it on the official Xbox?
I did not experience that. I went straight on the official Xbox thing.
On Twitch?
And
I did.
No, I went on YouTube.
I ended up on the GameSpot stream because everything else was like definitely had like some kind of closed captioning or something going on. I could not explain it. At least that was over here.
Well, I tried the YouTube one. I got 720p. I tried the Twitch one. That was 1080p. So I was like, I'll stick with the Twitch one then. That seemed, at least for me, it was more stable.
They had at least 200,000 watching it on Twitch stream.
Yeah, that was on the Xbox channel. Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest, right? So I sat down on my couch downstairs. I put on my
hand in pants.
Yes, dude, right? Just so we're all in the thing. I was dressed.
I'm setting the scene.
Pants on, right? Nothing in my hand. Nothing in my hand other than the drink, right? Nothing in my hand other than the drink.
The pants is anything she was wearing.
Shush a minute, Jesus Christ! So nothing. Right. So, oh my God. these children. I can't deal with these children anymore. Right? No, sorry. So I sat down. I put my TV on, which is an LG, a massive LG. It's a 65 LG. Went onto the YouTube app. Went straight to the official Xbox stream
channel.
And yeah, absolutely. Just press play. And I do have to say, right, that it's obviously my TV is set to 4K 60, right? That's the settings. It did look a little like it was ghosting now and again. I'm going to be honest. It didn't look like it was anywhere near 4K. However, we will watch it again tomorrow, and it will be in 4K. It's supposed to be 1080p, right? It's streamed, and I had no problems. I'm going to be honest. I had no problems with the video itself. Watched the video, just sat there. It looked good. Played with myself a little bit. Well, it was all good. It was really nice. No, I'm going to be honest. I did. It wasn't sort of. It didn't look quality-wise. Didn't look good. But we're gonna get the 4K upload today, right? So I don't know where I don't know where you guys are saying you watch it on Twitch or Twitter or whatever you watched it on. Yeah, I watched it on YouTube. It was fine.
Same.
I couldn't watch it on
Twitch. I didn't have no problems.
The audio description kept talking the whole time, so I had to go to Twitch because it was Darren. What's it called? I was watching on YouTube, and then Pudsey kept telling me in Discord, and I reckon that the Twitch stream was ahead of the YouTube stream, a few seconds ahead of the main stream.
It could be.
Yeah, I think that was.
It was pretty stable.
Yeah, there's a possibility that kind of thing does happen.
I was trying to get it to speed up, but it wouldn't. If I can Twitch with the main feed, I do. But yeah, so what are overall thoughts of the show?
If we're going on a score out of 10. I think I'd put the show at about 7.5. 7.5. I think that's more than fair. Started off strong, ended super strong, but there was a lot of games in the middle that didn't overly interest me personally. I know we'll probably go through the games once, as we go on through the show. But yeah, I think about 7.5 is where I would say I was a good show. I enjoyed it. They've got all them. They wanted to team up with Japanese developers, which I think they've done. Kudos to them to getting Persona on Xbox Games Pass. That's something I didn't think would ever happen. I know it was rumbled for a long time, but I didn't think we'd ever see it. But yeah, no. Overall, good showing. 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Good to hear. You like?
I'd give it 7.5 out of 10 as well. I wouldn't. Some people on Twitter are already saying, "Oh, it's 8.5, 9 out of 10." Nah, it was nowhere. As BMG said, it was a very good start. I thought, especially that Redfall trailer. Oh man, that is fucking amazing. I'm going to be all over that when that comes out, big time. Because all we got last time was just a little CGI bit, wasn't it? Now they've actually shown gameplay trailer and that. Yeah, definitely worth 7.5. And I'm just glad I've got 1 out of 2. But my prediction of the Motorsport beta didn't sort of happen. I thought they might have sort of released a beta at the end of the show, but nothing came out. But the daytime differences and the lights and the shadows and the damage on the cars where they're going into detail are absolutely fantastic. I love motorsports. That is my jam. Horizon, you can shove it up your ass as far as I'm concerned. I'm not interested in that. I've never been interested in Horizon. Motorsports is my jam.
Okay. Fair enough. Centurion, what are your thoughts then overall?
My thoughts and overall. All right. So it's hard for me to put scores on stuff because numbers make it so arbitrary sometimes, just because of how I feel about Metacritic. let's say at the beginning of the show, we had Redfall kick this off. Yeah, a game that has been delayed. It was supposed to come out this year, but it's good to see. The game is actually looking, in my opinion, very good. My brother was sitting on the headset with me. He was watching from his home, and we were watching it together. And this was actually kind of his first time being exposed to Redfall, because he's not like invested into gaming like I am. And he actually liked what he saw. He's excited. The concept of the game, it looks absolutely fun. There was also stuff like the High on Life game. What in the actual F? That I have never, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off in saying that I have never been a Rick and Morty fan, but this game has me genuinely intrigued. I need to know more about this. I want to check this game out. It looks funny and fun as hell. So that's where, I mean, we've got, like, obviously, even my wife, when she saw the Forza stuff come on, she was like, oh my God, another Forza game. And, you know, I had to basically sit there and be like, yeah, they rely on Forza a lot. It's a tentpole franchise, but it was nice to see that new game engine and how things are going to look, function, and feel. I mean, the fact that literally the asphalt of the tracks has its own temperature now based on the time of day and the conditions of the environment. And you're going to have to plan accordingly for what kind of tires that you're going to use. And that's the funny part. Someone here said that they can't wait to play a game that's like that in depth when it comes to car control. For my wife, she was like, oh, hell no, I'm going to stick to Forza. And I mean, Horizon. And that's where I think I was like, well, there's people out there that really love that simulator quality game. And this looks like it's going to be very in-depth and very immersive. I was mind blown over the fact, is really Overwatch going free to play, or is that just the beta?
No, it's going free to play.
That completely floored me. I was excited to see that High Isle actually got put into the showcase. They're starting to actually show ESO as one of the games that are under their umbrella. I mean, for me, it's been an absolutely fun game. It's got a huge following that play it and very active community, and I'm glad to see that they're actually showcasing it here. Dude, like, I mean, this whole thing. What about Flintlock? Like, I had to, like, when I first saw its impressions, first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, look, a single player, third person over the shoulder with an axe.
Yeah, but do you find though with obviously I know they showed High Isle, which comes out week and a half. Do you think they've shown that because they didn't really have much else to show on like the Bethesda side? You know, we didn't get any.
I think that with the Bethesda stuff shown, there was some people that I chatted with that were like, no, there's no way they're gonna show gameplay at this Xbox event for Starfield.
Centurion, it was me on
I'd see that's where I'm not gonna like get the bus out, but we debated about this on plastic platforms.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, they totally took some wind out of the sails when they delayed Starfield and Redfall. And it's really good to see that they're slowly rekindling some of that excitement by, you know, showing deep dives into the game. I was completely mind blown about Starfield being able to, like, you're literally going to build your own damn ship and fly it around. You're going to have settlements. I could see you have a crew. But that's where, obviously, that's where I saw the ZeniMax logo down in the bottom. And I know they're a publisher, but I also know ZeniMax because of ESO. I feel like this game is going to have a lot of cloud implementation. This game's going to be really, really cool, in my opinion, from what I saw. I've already made jokes to a few friends of mine that my copy of Starfield is probably more than likely going to come with divorce papers because I'm probably going to invest way too much time into that game to where my wife is going to hate me. But when it comes to Bethesda as a whole,
you see, Todd Howard actually said over 1,000 planets to explore.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I thought, oh my God.
Yes.
So I don't know if he said thousands, did he?
No,
is 1,000 a lot for you guys?
100 solar systems with 1,000 planets.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, stop talking about your fucking ass. I'll tell you.
Hey, we'll see. It'll be absolutely awesome if this game, like, We've always heard a lot about Starfield, the size of Starfield. Let's see if this comes to fruition. And, you know, it sounds like a very awesome game, something that's going to be really fun. Me and my brother.
Centurion, though, if you've got that many planets, it will overtake your life, wouldn't it?
It would. I actually have it was one of, does everybody remember the Prima guides or the big old paperback books?
Oh, I used to collect them.
Yep.
So one of the last ones they made was when the Skyrim special edition came out for the Xbox One, and I actually got that book with the game, and I have it running around in the house. That book is like 4 inches thick. That is like a mass. That thing is like literally a phone book easily, of just information on Skyrim. So I could only imagine what something would look like for Starfield. But I don't know who asked, but somebody asked about, did Bethesda show enough? I think that's where Bethesda showed what they had, and that's where, you know, they're obviously working on other projects, but I feel because of the amount of content that Xbox has now, the amount of developers. I mean, we saw that little tile that they showed at the end of the whole show with Phil Spencer talking about, we have just given you like 12 months of expectations for the first time in a show. And, you know, let's see in the end on, like, you know, let's bring that tile up 12 months from now and see how many of those games actually hit the mark if we really want to judge. But if we get a good percentage of those games, I feel like Bethesda put out enough to basically show the games that they are wanting to release in the next 12 months. And they're not wanting to like go into these deep dives of what could be in years from now. And they're going to let other games kind of basically fill in those voids. I mean, there was a lot of other games at that show that definitely had me intrigued. It looks like, what was the one game? I keep playing this. Absolutely. I don't know how I got playing a game called Farming Together with my wife, but apparently now it's all we play together. And then we see the whole Lightyear Frontier game, which is like farming in space. So now it's like, oh, great. So in 2023, we're just going to switch from Farming Together to this.
You realize, right? You realize, right, that already we've
got
fucking highlighted the last game before we fucking talked about the first game. Dude, no,
right? Welcome to but let's talk about
it. No, we do want to talk about the last game first. We want to talk about the first game first.
We made a mention. We made a mention, like, dude, there was actually a good amount showed for Starfield, but if you want to talk about Redfield for the first one, what did you like about Redfield? I mean, Redfield. Redfall.
Redfall. Yes. Can we zoom in on the first game, please, rather than the Starfield shit, right?
Right.
We will get back into the Starfield thing. For me personally, do you know what? Do you know when Redfield was delayed? I just thought, I don't care. I've seen one little shitty advert that I've seen that it's fine. But when that launched today, the first game, Redfield, I thought, oh my God, I really, really, really want to play that. That's what that did for me. And I'm sure. Do you know what I'm thinking? Oh my God, I would love to play this with this person, this person, this person, this person. I
Not
really
me.
did think that. No, because you shut up, you. I did. No, because let's be fair, removable. Didn't you think, right, when you saw that first instance of that game, you just thought, oh my God, I would love to play that with some of my friends. And I felt that.
It did seem like a first person. It seemed like almost like a horror first person shooter. So the fact that it turned into almost a 4-player co-op, I then went, well, do you know who would this be good for? This is going to be my Back for Blood sort of. Basically, this is going to take over from Black to Blood, and it'll be, you know, the 4 or 5 people who game with me in part with my swearing. I don't very swear that often, but my swearing will be like, you know, as animated, would be like that looks like it'll be a very good.
I like that disappearing thing he done. Did you
Yeah.
see that trailer where he sort of disappeared and then he sort of like went up in the air and then sort of down again? That was awesome.
Yeah, each one had their own unique special abilities, and it looks like they've been worked carefully as well. So it doesn't feel like as if one person's
It
like.
changed my mind though, because like we were speaking, I was speaking to Centurion on plastic platforms, and I couldn't care less about Redfall. Now I fucking love it. It looks great.
Absolutely.
It was a complete 180, wasn't it? A complete 180. Really I think a lot of people were saying that. They're like, don't know anything about it. Not really interested.
Like Lost Boys vibes, a little bit.
Lost Boys blended in with a little bit of what's the other?
I want to say Until. I want to say what is the one that took place with in Antarctica with Ashton Kutcher? Oh my!
That's the one I was trying to think of, and it's 30 Days of Night.
Oh, 30 Days of Night, yeah.
Days of Night.
30 Days of Night.
Yes.
Yeah. This blend of those two looked, because I was like, hang on, because you saw the actual vampires. It's like they've got that human features, but with just a little bit of an elongation in certain aspects. So yeah, I was actually very impressed with that. I was quite impressed with the fact that it was just like, as you said, all we saw was, if you think of me, I just saw the actual the actual thumbnail for it. It's like, oh, what is that? Doesn't tell me anything, does it? I mean, how many times we said we don't know anything about it? How can you get hyped for something you don't see? So yeah, I mean, for me, that was definitely it was like, oh, this could be a really good game. And that's a bit like animated. It literally was like, this would be good to play co-op.
Do you know what? Absolutely. It was a game. As soon as that video come up, I just thought, what's this? I really want to play this. I really do. I really do want to play this. And that's what the video did for me, because I can imagine a few of my friends, Darren, one of them, we could go just fucking nuts on that game, can't we? Because we do play together.
You could let animated run off and not worry about the fact he's going to get the whole team killed.
Don't get me wrong. He played the Ascent with someone a few weeks ago, and like he left the other bloke standing.
Yeah, that's animated does run away. However, do you know what? I'm strong enough to shoot them all. It's fine. But do you know what? I can. As soon as that video came up, I just thought to myself, I would love to play that game with people like Darren, BMG, whoever. BMG doesn't play with this. He's a fraud. But certainly Darren, right? And Stubbs only plays PlayStation games.
He is.
But then again, he falls asleep.
Removable Sanity only plays things when he can shout at me. But do you know what? That was the video. The video did say, just let's, and that's what I thought immediately. As soon as that video come up, I thought, I know so many so good guys that can play with me, and we'll do it together and co-op and stuff
and game as well.
So good. It was so good.
I got that then.
Yeah, but they didn't say in the trailer though that you got to conserve ammo or anything like that, did they? They didn't really go into detail.
And then
I think with the blend of powers,
you play co-op and it was broken.
It depends. It depends. We'll see.
I'm sorry. It'd be fine. It looks great. It does. I was very impressed. I was.
But the next game, it's going to be a day one purchase for me. Oh,
it's Game Pass.
High on life. I don't care if it's on Game Pass. I'm going to buy it. That game just looked mental, and it's exactly up my alley.
You're missing one. Removable. You're missing the next one out. After that, it was Hollow Knight. They showed after that. I'm not indie gamer, so I can't really talk about that. I feel if I was to talk about that. I must admit, I tried Hollow Knight a few days ago. No, not for me. I'm sorry.
Well, hang on.
People love it.
Can I just say, right? Because Stubbs can't do it, right? I just want to welcome to the chat, Timmy. Right? I just want to welcome to because Stubbs is unable to do that, right? So, hi, Timmy. Hi, Timmy. Love you, dude. Right, carry on.
Welcome to It's Timmy. Hang on a minute. Centurion, did you like Redfall?
Oh, I've been keeping up with Redfall since that game was first shown to me. I mean, that was a while back. I mean, that game looks absolutely exciting for me and the friends I play with. Me and my brother were already talking about wanting to get this game already. We already talked about exactly who would be playing what position. I mean, you have the support character with the sniper, the chick with the powers that can levitate and do all the other fun
robot
stuff she could do. Huh?
The robot.
Oh, the robot. Oh. Well, the robot is part of from doing like Stubbs, like being able to like Photoshop some of these images, being able to see the actual characters. I've known about the little robot for a while, and really? it actually appears in some of the original as they're walking away at the end of the trailer from like last year. You actually catch a glimpse of the robot. And
I thought that would have been something like I didn't know it was part and parcel of the character itself, though, as an ability. But that's great. Look, that's great, isn't it?
I think I think the robot is part of the female mechanic character. From at least the way it looks in at least what I saw in trying to create a PNG out of the character. I think she actually has a prosthetic arm where there's actually some kind of weapon attached there. And it looks like she's wearing a backpack with an antenna on it. And so therefore she's obviously in communication with the robot. And I think that's a character where they're as one character and they're going to work in tandem. She's obviously going to have abilities, probably more than likely radar and being able to tag enemies and all that stuff. Like each character looks like it's been thought out, and it's going to be definitely, I love how you compared it to Back 4 Blood, but I think that there's going to be a lot more technical stuff to the game. I don't think it's just going to be running around and finding different guns and mowing down zombies. I think there's going to be situations where you're going to want to, where having, playing by yourself is going to be possible, but I think having friends is going to open up a whole different style of gameplay because you'll be able to combine powers at that point. Because we saw how she levitated dude and he flipped through the air and turned around and shot somebody.
Yeah, but they showed normal people there trying to run the town and take over that you got to come up against as well.
There was cultists and then there was vampires. So you had three factions. There was the people who were dying, was what they said. Then it was the cultists who wanted to become vampires, and then it was the vampires themselves. And then there was also that dreamscape, which they said you kind of went into a dream world. So it's almost as if it's like a.
Well, if you look at
because I'm looking at the trailer now, and they flick from the town into like they open the door and then go to something else, where it's like a blend of everything.
And that's where I thought it was cool in the trailer. You could kind of get the glimpse of how they were kind of already showing off the maps. Here's the downtown area. Here's the dock area. It all takes place on an island, and the vampires have somehow made the water recede, and everybody's trapped on the island. And they're already highlighting of these segments, and I'm like, that's it. It's just an island. And then all of a sudden you see the doorway and the island is like flipped into some multi-dimensional thing. And you're like, oh, okay. Now the game just got a lot bigger.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just one small little map that's got the same stagnant 3 or 4 things in there.
It's just one surprise of the show for me, because it's not a game I thought I'd be interested in, because when I first
there was a lot of surprises for me.
That was a good one. That was really impressed with that. So hopefully,
Stubbs.
Yep.
Luke's just wondering if he can pop on as well.
Yeah, if he wants to pop in. Yeah, I'll get him one. Yeah.
Will this handle 7, or should I say, will your laptop handle 7?
My laptop's fine. I'll invite him.
Right. If we see animated get kicked out, we know what's happened.
There's 10. You can have 10.
Oh, what you mean? What? Why am I getting kicked out? Why am I getting kicked out?
I'll just get in the invite.
Send
your Twitter. I'll send it on, Luke.
Yeah. But apart from that, I mean, Silk's on. No, obviously, I know Andy and VJ. If VJ was here and Indy was here, they would be able to give
hang on.
Tease of that.
Let's let Luke still get in on that.
Because they will know that like the back of their hand.
You're just wrapping up Boxing Burgers podcast, then it'll be on. Yeah, that was an excellent.
Well, in that case, let's jump onto the next. Not Silksong. We'll jump onto High on Life because that game is just absolutely. And the reason, one thing that caught my eye, it was I normally used to play Battlefront, and I used to go around stabbing people. And I used and I'd only put my mic on 2 seconds before I'd stab them. And you hear this stabby, and I'd stab them just to really piss them off.
Hey,
so the fact that game actually.
Do you remember the bow rifle?
Yes.
The gun that you literally had to kill. You had to kill the person with it just to ever unlock it in your inventory.
That's right. Yeah. And so I would go around, just walking around, going, killing people, going stabby. So the fact they've got a knife that actually just says stabby, I was like, right, you've already hit my high target. But also it's from the creators from Rick and Morty, and they've got the voice actor from Morty doing the trailer, which I thought was really good as well. That just looks crazy. It absolutely looks nuts in terms of your guns are alive and can talk to you and actually take the piss out of you and stuff. Squeeze me harder. Let's take you squeeze me a bit too hard. We should go on a date before that happens. Stuff like that. That sort of adult humor, but at the same time, silliness, craziness, and wackiness.
What was that thing though? Putting on the guns was the little blobby alien sort of things. They were sort of like loading onto the guns and firing.
No, each gun, by the looks of it, has unique abilities. So one of the guns fires out little aliens.
That's it.
The other one fires the other one can fire basically a scythe. The other one can actually do goop. I think the idea is that you are supposed to go around and find as many of these guns as possible. But it just looks crazy. I'm looking at it now, even the trailers, and it just looks really, really nuts. And I'm just like, you know what? This silliness, this craziness, this goriness is right up my alley. So for me, I don't care if it's on Game Pass. I'll probably buy it. I'll play it on Game Pass, and then if I like it, which I think we're going to like it, I'll probably buy it.
Is it a co-op one, or is it just like a single player? They didn't say.
I think it's single player.
All right.
Is that's one coming out in October as well, isn't it? Yeah, October. Yeah.
It's actually, I was just looking now. It's got it actually as, where is it? Here we go. But it's coming on. No, come on, just click through it. Yes, I think it is October.
Yeah.
But also the fact they had the angry Care Bears. Angry Care Bears beat the crap at each other.
Yeah, I didn't get what the hell was going on there. I was just the best that they're going, yeah.
Angry Care Bears beat the crap out of each other. I'm like, okay.
That sold it. That sold me on it. That sold me on it, yeah. Just little bears kick crap out of each other all day. Just stand there.
And they looked like the weirded versions of Care Bears. And that was it. They're all like unhappy. And then all of a sudden they just beat the crap out of each other. Like, yeah.
beat the hell out of the other bear. Okay.
Oh, God. So it's like, for me, it's going to be, it was just fantastic, that one. So I don't know if anyone else is in the same boat.
It was the voice of Morty, wasn't it, that was playing one of the guns? That's
I think so.
Yeah. And then, why are you squeezing me so hard? Just, ease up a little bit.
Take me on a date first.
Yeah. It just definitely sounds something that's just like crazy out there. Definitely, honestly, it's not something I would buy. But I would, because it's Game Pass, I would definitely give it a try and see how it goes.
It looks like a laugh, but it's also gory as hell. Like you see the guy stab the eyeball and it pulls it out and blood's going everywhere. And you're like, well,
yeah, stab, more stab. What?
At that point, you can say it's like, let's face it, it's made for adults to a degree.
Oh
and
it's
going to be. You can tell it's going to have some pretty good humor in it, I think.
Definitely. It's the bears that sold the game to me to play. Definitely just the bears.
You're just hoping to see an ugly Sonic get killed, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's pull it back on track, though. Okay, let's pull it back on track. What did you think of Choo-choo? Let's put it back on track, right? What did you guys think of the
Forza motorsport stuff?
Wow. Looks excellent.
They've ramped that up, haven't they? They've ramped it up.
Do you know what? I am a massive fan of Forza. I really am, and the whole thing. So,
you're not happy about it? It doesn't look like you're happy about it, mate. Did it not hit your juices?
I am really happy. To be fair, what they showed, I can't wait. The problem is, the only thing I'm unhappy about is because I can't get it now. So, BMG, Forza, what do you think?
Now, believe it or not, I have never played a racing game. Never played a racing game. Never.
Someone needs to slap.
Yeah, never played a racing game. Never played. But I was actually shocked though, because obviously I sat watching it, and obviously they got it down there in the bottom corner, all in-game 4K footage, which they want to put that across. And like you say, tomorrow we'll be able to see when it's uploaded in 4K, watch it in all its glory, because we're going to go back and watch it. But I was actually surprised that it's not coming out until 2023. I thought that would be.
I actually thought there was going to be a beta after the show. I kept saying that the last few months.
I was very surprised. It's 2023.
Yeah, because they've got. If you look at the list of games and everything that was announced at the show, I think all apart from 2 or 3 aren't in Game Pass. First party wise, they haven't got actually anything coming out this year, have they? If I remember rightly.
No, there's a few. There's a few things 2022.
No, not
a few 2022 things.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that's really coming out the same sort of time as Motorsports is the Microsoft Flight Simulator Halo Infinite add-on. That's in November when Motorsports will be coming out. From what I can see, the rest is like October, November, December. Well, basically 2023.
I think what BMG's getting
you got Pentiment as well. Pentiment's out in November.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Pentiment's Obsidian, isn't it? Yeah.
So we have.
But again, that's if you remember Jez Corden talking about Pentiment, it was just like a small project game that they were making. It wasn't, as a lot of people saying, we were talking earlier about AAA games and stuff like that. I think it's just their smaller game that they've been working on, isn't it? But
I think that's what they meant by 5 games in a year. They specified just five first party games. It doesn't matter what size the game is. Could be a great game. Yeah.
Because you look at like their physical year, Microsoft's physical year ends it's July 2023 is the actual end of the physical year. So yeah, it's a lot of games to get out, and I do appreciate that they've said, came out of the bat saying these are the games we're showing coming out for the first time. We're showing for the next 12 months, not what's coming further down the line, not what's coming in 5 years, just the next 12 months from now. This is what's coming out, and I do appreciate. I do prefer that actually, where there's games missing off that I didn't get to see. That just put me down a bit. That I'm not going to get Indiana Jones till probably 2024 or later, or back half of 2023. But it's nice to actually think, right, this is a list of games we've got coming out next 12 months that we can look forward to, pending no delays, because obviously there's always delays. Everything gets delayed eventually for something. But but whereas with the Forza, like I say, I don't play racing games. I've never played a racing game. No.
Animated.
Maybe
when that comes out, we're going to have to.
BMG, me and you have to have fucking words. We do have to play a racing game together. We really do. But I'm like, you know what? It's got to be why have you never played a racing game? Why not?
It's just never took me fancy. If I was to play a racing game, it would have to be something like think Mario Kart type games. Where as you're going along the track, you pick up things to destroy other vehicles. I probably enjoy that. I think
you'll enjoy Sonic Racing.
No.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the Sonic Race game.
The closest I've got to racing, and it isn't actually racing, was Twisted Metal, because you were just driving around trying to blow each other up. But no, that's as close as I got. But yeah, but with the Forza, I really did think that was going to be a November 2022 game. I'm surprised because a lot of
we have to have a conversation. We have to have a conversation because
we will.
I have to get you into a driving game, right? Not a racing game, a driving game.
Right.
If you do you know what? Test Drive is coming very soon, right? That you will love it. You really would. It's just a case of get in a car and we'll drive along. But me and you, BMG, we have to have a conversation.
We will figure it. We'll do something. We'll do something. I do believe it. I do want to play, but my problem is sometimes I can get very competitive, and if I start losing, I'll just throw a strop and turn it off.
That's fine.
I'm not a big racing fan.
It's
like
fine.
Forza Horizon 5. I had it for about a week. I tried it a few times. I deleted
You'll do as you're told, and you'll fucking download it. Fuck it. You do as you're told.
You mean like Sea of Thieves?
I will download it because it looks great. It does. It does look good.
Oh,
I was impressed. It actually shows the damage on the cars and the intricate detail it's got on it. It looks really, they really worked hard on it. They have, and hopefully, when you play it on the console, it lives up to what they say it can do.
Right. I will work on BMG and get him into at least racing games. Okay, at least just have a race. It's fine. Yeah,
just the thought with the Forza Horizon. Did they say if it was, because I missed it? I was talking to my lad at the time. Was it next gen current Xbox Series consoles only, or was it cross gen? I don't actually.
Series X, I think.
It's gonna be next gen.
Because I don't think looking through it. Yeah, looking through what was, I don't think I really saw anything that said Xbox One. I'm going to have to rewatch it anyway just to make sure.
All you kept seeing was that damn Xbox Game Pass logo the whole time. That's what you see mainly.
I'm disappointed though. We didn't get the guy that went.
Because that's where they're pushing. Play a day one Game Pass. That's what they're pushing. Day one Game Pass. As we know that, guess what? You buy a TV and it's going to be on Game Pass on your TV. I said it. I said it. What was it? What was it? 9 months ago or something, Stubbs?
It was a year ago when they started buying. They did the deals with Samsung. Remember, we had that conversation with me, you, VJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Partnership with Samsung, and we all
went. Was it a year ago? It was.
It was about a year ago.
Was it a year ago? And I said, all they want is that fucking button on your
Netflix, Amazon, Game Pass.
Netflix, Amazon, and a Game Pass button.
You did.
I said that, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a year ago? Really?
I don't know. It was a while ago.
It was a long time ago.
It was when Samsung and Xbox mentioned their partnership, and we all went, we can see where this is going.
Yeah.
And I said,
I did say, like, these guys will protest. I said, on your controller, right now, we have the old smart fucking controller right now. So
it's the quick shortcut button, isn't it? It's a quick shortcut button.
Absolutely. You got the quick shot button. You've got Netflix. You've got Amazon. The one in the middle. It's going to be Xbox Game Pass, and that's what I said that long ago. Yes, and that's what they want, and it's going to happen.
It will. Yeah. Centurion, do you like racing games? What did you think to the Forza Motorsport game then?
Well, I do take part in playing the Horizon ones, the motorsports. I have to be in the mood for wanting to go into something that detailed when it comes to racing.
Well, you read Animated Evil's good books then, unlike BMG.
No, I enjoy playing the Horizon games for sure. I was more excited to see the new game engine and to see the tech that they're putting into it. And, it looked like a very good looking game. I'm excited for the future of the Forza franchise. I don't know who here mentioned, is it going to be on the Xbox One consoles? At the end, all it says is Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. But I think it's really interesting how they said Xbox consoles, because I wouldn't be surprised if that game was only possible on the Xbox One family of consoles.
Ray tracing,
the cloud.
it can't be on your Xbox One.
It's going to be Series X and S. It's going to be next gen. It's going to be next gen.
I think an actual, like, the game downloaded and working off the console is only going to be capable on something that takes advantage of the velocity architecture. There's the word. And I think that's where the limitations of the Xbox One console are going to have to rely on the cloud to be able to play that game. So they won't be able to play it natively.
That's
They're going to have to
stream it. Stream it, yeah.
So that's where with Forza, I'm excited. It looks, man, if they're using this engine on Forza, who's to say they're not using this engine somewhere over there with Fable? I know that's a different story for another day, but it's just good to see that there is really good things coming graphically for Forza. I loved seeing the destruction in the cars. Like I mentioned it earlier, hearing how everything is going to start affecting gameplay from the temperature outside to what season it is and what time of day it is. This is going to be definitely at least an interesting experience for me.
Yeah, no. Good to hear. I didn't know you were a racing fan, no. I did not know that.
Sometimes you just want to come home and drive in a circle.
I'll drive through walls like me on Horizon.
Sorry, it's okay. Now I know Centurion is a racing fan.
It's fine.
Do you know what? I love him to bits. It's fine.
Oh, my dad was a huge NASCAR fan, so I grew up around somebody that just loved watching cars drive in circles.
He's making a left turn, right?
Oh boy, here comes another turn. Something exciting is going to happen.
Darren.
What about you, Stubbs?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't just get to host the show and hide over there, What did you think?
Well, I thought it looked...
This is exactly what he's doing, right? He's just like, yeah, let's make everyone else talk, and I'm gonna go.
Knit.
So
come on, Stubbs.
Not Forza Horizon.
Let's have your opinion, Stubbs. Come on, let's go.
Forza Motorsport looks a very good game. It looks, obviously, it looks more graphically superior than Forza Horizon 5, which that looks good, but it's not as great as everyone says it is. Depends if you've got a £1,800 TV like Mr. Tushi. If you've got a badass TV, it looks great. It doesn't look that good on the series, on my TV anyway. I've got 4K, but this game should look really good. The new graphics engine.
Mr. Tushi hasn't got an £1,800 TV.
That's what he told me. Oh, sorry.
It's not.
Hang on. No, wait a minute. I was thinking of Luke Steele. Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong, I got the wrong person.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Luke Steele. Okay.
Yeah, got the wrong one. But yes, Forza Horizon 5 does look good, but this looks like it's going to be maybe you hear the word game changing. It might be game changing for racing because they're finally, from what I gather, going to use ray tracing, something that not many games really use on the Xbox. I mean, there is some on the PlayStation that use ray tracing already. There's not many on the Xbox, and this might be the first time they're utilising it on the Xbox. So yeah, I will give it a go. It's in Game Pass. Why not? I'll give it a go. I can give it a go. I can go around the track. Then I can come out of the game and press delete. I'm joking.
Just before you complete it.
So I'm all for better graphics and ray tracing. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous to look at. But I at least want to put out there, never in any racing game have I been like, dude, I looked so sick in the reflection of that car going by 100 miles an hour.
No, you're right.
Performance is everything. I'd always choose performance mode over resolution mode in any game.
I'm actually starting to learn that with ESO because they have a performance mode on that now, made it 60 frames per second.
Better, isn't it?
Cow, that game is totally different.
Yeah,
have you tried Watchdogs Legion on the PS5? I did that the other day just as a test. I thought, right, I'll go from 60 frames per second down to 30. And I did it, and I thought, oh, no, I can't fucking handle this. It's going back up 60. 30
looks like it judders.
Terrible. Yeah, it judders, literally.
It just looks like it's juddering. When you get used to this smooth 60 and you jump back to 30, it looks nicer.
I thought, fuck that, I'm going back.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Back from the Dead. I've just remembered to shout people out, and Master Jazz09. Removal Sanity, what are your thoughts on Forza Motorsport then?
Well, as I played the actual fifth one, I really enjoyed that. And it's one of those things, it captures me for about 3 or 4 months, and then I kind of, I'm like a magpie, something else captures me, and then I might drift back into it there and then. So the new one, the improvements was absolutely good to hear, and I really was quite impressed with some of those elements. Again, a bit like Boardman Gamer, I want to see it in 4K because 1080p, I'd rather want to see it in all its glory. In terms of the Hot Wheels, I was like, wow, that's really good. Hot Wheels,
could talk about that too,
Hot Wheels has always been a really good kind of. They've done. I think the previous Hot Wheels was really well loved by a lot of people. So actually, the Hot Wheels thing kind of was a bit more immediate attention than the other Forza one. As I prefer to be a bit more rogue rather than going around a track. But overall, I think, let's face it, it's gonna be a good year for a good couple of years for racing fans. Whether you like to go, around a track, or do you like to go a bit rogue and around a country? It looks pretty good regardless, whichever camp you sit in. If you like racing, Xbox has got you covered.
Do you know what, Removable? I want to ask, right, rather than that question, right? I want to what stuck out for you in the entire video we watched. It was like an hour and a half. What stuck out for you? What was the thing that made you think, oh my god, here we are? For you in this.
It wasn't a racing game, sorry, but the one thing that caught my eye the most, and it was, and not many people are going to like this. It was an announcement from Hideo Kojima, because I'd been mentioning this to a few people,
He's been saying,
and I was like, I've been saying it for ages. The moment he started his own studio, he has the opportunity to do what he wants. And if you know Hideo Kojima from his past games, he's more of an artist rather than a brand awareness person. He wants to give you a game. You may not like that game, but he wants to give you a game in his vision. And he doesn't really care which platform helps him does that. As long as there's a platform that helps him create his dream, he'll take it. And it was the same thing when he started with Snatchers and even the previous Metal Gear Solids and those early games. He went for companies that were really good at helping him achieve his dream. So the fact that he's now going to be working with Xbox, that was the one thing that made me shout yes. All thing is like, fantastic. Finally, maybe Xbox now will probably see some of the uniqueness that Hideo Kojima can bring. If you've got a history of his games, or you've played a lot of his games, some of them you'll like, some of them you'll absolutely love, some of them you'll absolutely hate. But I think he is an artist in that very essence of the word. And I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring. I may not like it, but I'm still hyped to see what he's going to pull out of his hat. But that's just me.
and you know what? That's the reason I asked that question, because we all have this thing where we can. What was the moment for us? So we know your moment. So do you know what? I would love to know what was the moment for you, Centurion? As you watch the show, it's like an hour and a half long. What was the moment that you just thought, fucking yes? What was that?
What was like? You mean fucking yes, or as in like my surprise moment?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. Go for it.
For me, that moment, call me crazy. I got obviously without going into the last game of the thing, that would be the one that would be up there. But I would have to say I kind of expected it to be there. For me, the surprise was High on Life.
Yeah.
And that like, I mean, I love very unique games. That looks very fun. And for me, it goes deeper than that, because games like High on Life are going to be the developers that push the boundaries, that help keep that's going to help keep edgy games, because we already see that, you know, in today's cultures, a lot of things are being edited, you know, being a lot more PG and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I still remember one of the funniest games I ever played being Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is a very edgy, controversial game. And that's where High on Life, I feel kind of hit that niche for me on this really fun, edgy game that is going to be able to show that, yes, you can still push the boundaries in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. So we're gonna miss Stubbs, okay? Because all right, we're gonna ask BMG the same question, right? In the entire thing we've seen, right? What game or what instance made you go, oh my god, that's amazing? I'm going to go to you, BMG, right?
Well, it's got to be Arc 2, Vin Diesel.
What? Because he's fucking as bald as you are.
Do you not hear him grunting on the back of that dinosaur? Oh, definitely.
Oh my god, I'm bald. He's bald. Let's go.
Family. It's all about family.
Yes, exactly. Dinosaur family.
No.
Family is life.
No.
Other than jokes.
No.
Let's be serious. Go on. Go for
it. It is. I know. Obviously, we don't really want to talk about it yet. But the thing that I've looked forward to for the entire show that I was waiting for was Starfield. I like RPGs. I love sci-fi. It's literally got everything I want in the game. You've got from watching it, we've got a mixture of No Man's Sky in there, which you can see, Mass Effect, that type of thing. The way it looks, the way it seems to feel. Shooting was a bit off, you know, but we know they're working through bugs. But that was definitely a game that, like Skyrim, I'm going to be lost for months, probably years into, and especially where you can design your own ship, make it look how you want, you know, have a crew, pick your crew, have them do things, do the interior. The only thing that they didn't say, you know, if you're floating in space, can you just get out the pilot seat and go and walk around your ship and talk to your crew, or have you got to pick a destination? They're details at the moment, but it's literally, that is a game that I can see that is going to grab me for a very, very long time. And it's just like Todd Howard said, coming on stage, it's the stories that's going to tell, and it's your story, what you're going to do, and things that's what they're looking forward to. And once the mod community gets hold of it, as well as they do with the likes of Elder Scrolls, I think we're going to see some amazing things. So it's Starfield 100%. If they didn't show gameplay, I would have rated this showcase a lot lower, because it was kind of set as we were going to see something, and I like the fact that we got an extended show of Starfield. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
So awesome. So we're going to go to Darren next. Stubbs, it's okay. I'm hosting. It's fine. So Darren, I'm going to ask you the same thing, dude.
What blew my mind? It was motorsport. I did notice something. They've taken the number out, so it's just called Forza Motorsport now. The detail, when they was crashing into the wall, and like how the paint slowly comes flying off, you can see the tire marks and the change of the asphalt due to the weather. You know, when the day changes to night, you got to make sure you got the right tires on, and you can build your own engines. You can literally do whatever you like to the car. Basically, it was absolutely fantastic. I thought, yes, this is mine, definitely. And I have to agree with Removable. I am quite a big fan of Kojima. As soon as he came on, I thought, yes, Death Stranding's coming to the Xbox. Come on.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. I would like to see it.
You can't see it because Sony own the IP. So you can't.
Or a game similar.
That's okay. That's okay. So, you know what? I'm going to take over hosting. Stubbs, you saw the show. What was the standout thing for you? Right. Before I'll go afterwards because it's fine. But what was the standout thing for you, Stubbs?
Wow.
Gears.
That's whole subject.
No. Seriously. What was the standout thing for you from the show? Because I'm very much with Darren because I want. I am so.
It's a motorsport game we've been waiting for animated.
Yeah, it's Forza. I am so Forza. Forza.
Is it because it's next gen only?
For me, okay. So
current gen only.
I will go with me before Stubbs goes. Right. I so want the best fucking Forza ever. Right. Because let's be fair, Forza's always been amazing. Yep. And I just want to jump in, get a car, and just fucking race it, and just be so amazing. I love Forza. So there we go. So Stubbs, from the show, what do you reckon? What's your thing from the show?
Redfall.
Redfall.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Was that your standout moment? Redfall.
Yeah. Redfall.
Why? Tell me why.
Wasn't expecting it. It's graphically great. It's a shooter. It looks pretty nice. New IP. Yeah, that's the standout for me. I will have my salty section on. It is weird to see a showcase without Gears and Halo. It's the first one in a long time.
Well, you did sort of get Halo, didn't you? The simulator.
No. Let's be fair. We don't want Gears, Halo, Forza. We don't want that again.
Yeah, I will say that. The problem is,
we don't want that. No, fuck off.
Problem is, what's happened now is, see, you've got the Gears hardcore, and I'm not part of it, right? The people that play Gears. So, Coalition and Xbox decided to end Gears 5 multiplayer support. You don't get shit in the store. You don't get no updates. You basically left all the Gears fans high and dry. And now they haven't even got a remaster or anything to play. So by the time they actually release a Gears game, will there even be a fan base left? Is that the idea? All go and play Halo. We don't give a fuck about Gears. Is that the idea?
No.
That's the way it seems, like they're trying to destroy the fucking IP. You know what I mean? Right. It's fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Or they could be. Don't forget, Coalition have got 2 games, haven't they? They're working on Gears 6 and Unreal 5 and this other project. Maybe that's taken.
I don't know.
That's taken
over. Gears first-person shooter.
Is it Gears 6 they're working on?
But well, yeah, it will be. But you know what? Also, kind of lets us know because Certain Affinity was meant to be working on this battle royale for Halo, but that kind of says now because they've shown us games that are coming out in the next 12 months. That wasn't shown, wasn't announced, wasn't mentioned. So that means that's even further out than we thought because it was kind of hinted at that could get announced this year.
With the showcase, if you're looking for games to play in the next 12 months, there's loads of games to play. I'm just on about standout games. If you want loads of games for your subscription, for Game Pass. There's stacks of games. Plague's Tale Requiem looked great. Scorn looked great. Gunfire Reborn as Dust Falls.
There's that Japanese one as well. Naraka
Blade Point. That looks great.
Yeah,
that looks amazing.
Loads of content.
It does look good.
There is loads of games to play. I mean, you can't really moan. The show provided games, and the Persona games are coming over. Just like when Yakuza came over. There's more Yakuza came over though, but you got.
I think
overall, it was a good show. I just wanted. The problem is, when you set your own expectations, and when you think, I always go on the high minded saying people should put their expectations in order, and I didn't. I actually thought Gears was going to be there, so that's why I'm slightly disappointed. But it was never going to be there. Do you know what I mean?
I think the second biggest get for Xbox next to Kojima, that just literally, that officially tells us contracts are signed. Seeing Kojima there, that kind of puts that to bed. The second biggest thing is getting Persona games in Game Pass on Xbox, because that was never seen to be coming this way, and that's a huge get. That's getting more and more into that Japanese market where we're starting to get them games.
If you were doubting the fact that Phil wasn't making headway with the Japanese developers, that should tell you something.
Well, I think that's more that Sega have seen the branch of Yakuza doing really well on Xbox and thought, well, we're being Persona over, because it's Sega that makes that decision.
You know what I actually thought at one time? I actually thought when Sarah Bond came on, I thought, where's Phil Spencer? I actually thought she was going to be doing it all, because he was nowhere, because usually he does it from start to finish, and then all of a sudden he pops up right towards the end. I thought, oh, he's there then.
I was happy.
Do you want to go bed now, Animated?
No, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. It's fine. Okay. Let's go.
He's been up 30 hours, people.
He's been doing his awesome interview with Spooky Sprocket, which I need to catch up on the rest of. I enjoyed what I called.
Yeah, that's all. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying.
He needs an energy drink, don't you? Get yourself a Red Bull.
No, do you know what? I'm really struggling. So I'm really struggling tide-wise.
If you need to quiet it out a bit, feel free. There's always more than enough people here to chat.
Do you know what? I have been up around about 30 hours. Okay, so I love you all. I am gonna say good night. God bless.
Good night, mate.
You can find me on wherever. I don't care.
We'll put the links in the description for you.
Links. Seriously, I'm struggling. I've been awake for 30 hours. Yeah. Good night.
See you Have a good, my friend.
Thanks,
Sleep well.
Yep. I'm gonna have to just go.
Bye.
Good night.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah, they had a bit of the old Activision Blizzard there as well, didn't they? Which I was surprised about. Yeah. Well, Overwatch 2, yeah. It was that. It was more like seeing like the Leagues of Legend and Rift and all that sort of coming as well, which was a bit of a surprise.
What about anyone the Wuhong one?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the one.
So Wolong, yeah. That was just like, whoa, hang on. That's a bit of a unique one. Yeah, I was very surprised.
Sorry,
that Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Yeah. That Wutong, that's not the
No.
It's not that, right.
Yeah.
Wukong Black, is it? No, remove. What's the one he's thinking of? I know the one he's thinking of. I can't.
It's a Monkey King. Yeah, it's.
I can't think what it's called.
Oh, it's going to annoy me now, but yes, it is like a Wukong, effectively. Yeah. Similar naming, but it's not the one that you're thinking of. No, this one's very much a different game, but still equally looked very, very, very good. And to be honest, seeing more Japanese games it's all seeing more Eastern games in general on the platform just gives me hope that they're starting to spread their wings, and hopefully, it's the Japanese market is gonna start thinking, let's dip our fingers into the Xbox ecosystem. I'm hoping they will. I'm hoping, maybe Game Pass is helping them push that, helping them make that transition.
Oh yeah, Wukong Black Myth. Timmy's just mentioned it.
Yeah, there you go, Wukong Black Myth.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But yeah, it had that kind of feel and look to it, didn't it? How fluid it was and how it was playing. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, there was.
Really
did you want to spot the almost like it was like the ninja one, but she was in the shadows? I'm trying to think. Was it Ereban or something like
that? Yeah,
she was using the Yes, I was like, wow, that's a unique game and a half, isn't it? It's like that reminded me a bit of it like Tenchu, but it was literally using the shadows just to try and take people out, and then almost follow the shadows to try and get around situations and get around people.
Yeah. Who did the Ninja Gaiden games? Was it Koei Tecmo?
I think it was. Was it Koei Tecmo?
When that Koei Tecmo
as soon as you said that
came up, I thought, hold on a minute, they remade Ninja Gaiden but kept it under wraps.
Totally. You just said that, and Red has just typed Koei Tecmo puts out arse on Xbox though.
I thought they'd actually remade fucking Ninja Gaiden. I thought they've actually remade it and kept it really quiet under wraps. Since our deal with Koei Tecmo, I thought, oh, here we go, new look Ninja Gaiden coming out, and it wasn't. But that's what I thought as soon as the name was mentioned.
Well, that did, it did kind of wonder if that was going to be the case, but it was like, to be honest with you, there was. I struggled, and I know we kind of deviated really early on from like giving scores and that. I'm very one person who can't really give scores, but I kind of based the judgment of this showcase on what games I would like to play, and to be honest with you, there was a good 85% there that I'd be interested in playing.
Oh, definitely.
No, and that's just me personally. Not I know other people are going to be like, that's not really my style, but I'm a person who plays. I'll play anything, to be honest with you. I'm very much an open book in terms of any genre. And it was really nice to see a lot of indie titles coming into the game, into that showcase as well. So I was like, to me, that's a hell of a lot of games that I'm really interested in. Whether I get the time to play it is another matter.
Because I don't know if Luke Steele's coming because Boxenberg is still live. I will just mention it. I didn't see it coming. And the game I probably won't play because I couldn't complete Hollow Knight. But Xbox got Hollow Knight Silksong, and that people think that is actually a very big deal because it's day and date. And that would have cost them a lot of money because a lot of people writ off the fact that, just indie game. But what you got to understand about the Team Cherry is they are the indie darling of the indie scene. It's massive. That's a massive.
They don't give dates.
They didn't get released.
They are the single-handed. They are the biggest indie dev in terms of. If you were to say this is the biggest,
I thought it did.
Yeah.
No, it did give it. It did give a date.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. There was no date. Wasn't even a window. You didn't even get a year.
It just said day and date. But then,
didn't give anything.
BMG, but I will say one thing to what Removal did say. Indie Gamer then went to the Xbox official account on Twitter, the post that said, and all these games are coming next 12 months. And then he replied with something about, is Silksong coming? And they went, within the 12 months. That's what they said.
Yes.
Actually, while we're on the topic, hello, Luke. We're talking about. We just started to talk about the Silksong.
Well, I mean,
that's the man.
I think, well, the real man is Indy. I think he was resuscitated 2 times after the announcement.
There he is, Silksong. There he is. He's in chat.
I mean,
it's fallen down on keyboard. I bet you wish he'd done the Xbox showcase live now. I bet.
I mean, he would have needed to have a lot of medical equipment nearby.
No, he would have. The stream would have ended at the end of Silk.
Yeah, just that's it. Yeah, well, I think he actually I think he graded the show a point higher purely because of the inclusion of Silk Song. So
point higher, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points.
Yeah, it was 10 out of 10 for Indy.
Do you want to jump in, Indy? Do you fancy it? Let me know if you do. I don't know if you're free or not. You might not be. But yeah,
he's on his way to hospital.
Yeah. I was not expecting that. I was not.
He's got to have a pacemaker fitted for the next time that Silk Song shows up with a release date.
I was not expecting that to be.
Oh no, he's up for it. He sent him invite, Stubbs. He's up for it.
I will get to the DMs.
He's going to be absolutely. He's going to want to talk about. Clearly he's want to talk about Starfield for the next 40 minutes. He's that excited.
He's going to come on and talk about Starfield and Redfall.
Yeah. I'm gutted we didn't get the Barbie game announced.
Stubbsy.
Yeah.
What about letting Mr. Centurion have a word in?
We've been
chatting away and he's been very quiet there.
What do you reckon about Silk Song?
Wow. I was quiet because I will be truthful. I tried getting into games like Hollow Knight with Ori, and I just didn't really gravitate down that side of gaming. It's good to see that Xbox is definitely getting some of these titles on Game Pass and totally changing the state of mind when it comes to the quality of the games that end up on Game Pass. So, to me, that's at least the one takeaway I have from the whole situation with Hollow Knight. Forgive me, I've never played it, so I don't want to be the one giving any comment on it.
No.
What do you think about the Japanese games coming to the Xbox though, Centurion?
I was laughing because I remember years and years of games like this will never be on Xbox. No, but the developers over there do not care to support a Western platform. And I've always been in the background saying, I have too much money is that shit no one ever said. And let's just say, like, maybe they just were running for some contracts to run out, or maybe get some new worded ones, because we've seen now like how PlayStation in the past has been like it's not allowed to be on the Xbox One, and now it's like, well, they said the Xbox One, they didn't say anything about cloud or Series S or X. So now you've dipped into a gray area, and now we're going to start seeing a lot of these games appear on the platform. At first, when I was like, what is this Persona Portable? And then you start seeing it going into Persona 4, then finally Persona 5. I was like, oh, wow. The way they set that up was like a tease, like this is all you get. And then it got better and better. Yeah. I'm really going to check these games out. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Persona games on PlayStation, but I've never played one.
Well, there was a little tweet, and I said this to Stubbs. There's a tweet on Twitter saying the Nintendo's fans are absolutely losing their shit because they've been waiting for the Persona Portable to come to Nintendo, and Xbox gets the whole package in one go. Yeah, they've been waiting for a while now. Yeah.
It happened. They removed it actually. The Persona, they've removed it from the PS Plus collection for the PlayStation 5.
Here we go.
Oh.
Are you breathing, Indie Gamer? How are you doing?
Oh, hello. How's it going, lads?
You've got your
ready to talk about Starfield.
Yeah, can't wait. Yes, the game of the day. I followed Luke into it. I was like, oh, he's going in, is he? Yeah, I see. We just put over the other channel and go together.
I'm coming in there.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the invite. I appreciate it. It's a good day for games. Where's VJ though? To talk Silk Song.
He's a little bit ill today, so hence the reason why we needed someone who could talk about Silk Song.
Yeah.
And then 2 turned up. It's like, well, there you go.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible moment though, wasn't it, guys?
I bet you wish you were streaming live.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to my wife. We're watching it on the TV actually, and I was like, oh, it had to be the one where I don't do the live reaction to it. You know what I mean? But there we go. It was just awesome to see because like so many people who are on Xbox will now get to play it day one and check it out. Maybe they wouldn't have tried it, so it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I mean, obviously, I was going to just get it on PC anyway, but it's just great to see it showing up in a showcase like that on the big scale. Second in a row, like second game and it was on there in the big lights and all that good stuff. I mean, it deserves to be there. And you got sure. It's like.
Didn't you highlight in Twitter that you got it confirmed that it will be within the year as well?
Yeah, well, that's down to
within a year.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's down to the fact that everything shown today was going to be releasing within a year, isn't it? So, I mean, that is, I mean, I suppose still quite loose thanks to what Scott said earlier, right, Luke? But yeah, like he said that might not happen because that hasn't held true before when they've said that. So I was a bit like, no, but at the same time,
Luke's having internet problems. He's going to try and sort it out.
Yeah, you've been had a few times actually recently on that. So yeah, otherwise though, it's they still have said everything from today is going to release within a year, and that basically does suggest quite strongly they're going to be having sort of Silksong in our hands, hopefully within a year. And I'm thinking February 2023 is going to come through from what I thought it might be. So yeah, is anyone else excited for it?
What's Hollow Knight?
I must
never heard of it.
I tried Hollow Knight, the first one, and I couldn't get into it.
I'm sorry, did somebody just say hello, mate?
It did sound like Hollow Mate.
Hello, mate. I'm outraged. What did you think?
No, it does. It looks really good.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. It's the best. We need VJ. Where's VJ?
I know.
Can't believe he's not here.
Then I forgot he was poorly. So I stopped.
Oh, bless him.
I tried Hollow Knight the other day. I could get into it. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean,
I did try.
It's one of those games that when you first play, if you give it 5 minutes, half an hour, you're not going to really discover its charms and what it's all about. Essentially, it's one of those games that in the first, it's like a lot of Metroidvania games. I don't know if you play many Metroidvania games. No. In the first instance, they won't feel. Half as good as when you start to get tucked into them and you're really like discovering the world, uncovering, all of its secrets and, the map essentially, filling all that in, and it becomes so satisfying to uncover. The Metroidvania design is awesome in my opinion. But yeah, like in the first hour, you're stripped back to a very simple mechanic of just being able to do you can't even dash in the first instance, so you're getting more abilities as you go along, and that makes it much more enjoyable to play. So you will feel like it's very basic in the first sort of hour or two. So that's one of the reasons some people sort of like get that impression. So I always say, stick in there because you will fall in love with it. Even myself, like when I first played it, I was slightly in that boat, and then the more I played it, it was just absolute falling in love with it. So yeah.
Well, this do you know if this is going to be obviously as a sequential of the first one?
Yes.
And in that case, as you highlighting, it says, because I noticed that some of the skills that you mentioned were actually in the gameplay. So I'm assuming that there is a basic set that will still be technically carried over, and then it'll be a much more grander set of skills that as you'll go through, you'll accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're actually playing as a different character in this game, as you probably noticed anyway, but you're playing as Hornet instead of the Knight in this one. Hornet is in the other game, but she's not a playable character. But yeah, her
skill set was slightly different, though, wasn't she?
Yeah, exactly. So she's got like the needle instead of the nail, which is basically a sword. So in this one, so she throws it out. She's more athletic, she's more agile, and it's going to be a different way of playing, but it still will have the same core fundamental feel to it, I think. Yes.
Do you think that might have an impact with its core player base? Do you think they'll be able to transition? Because you said it's a much more versatile sort of, maybe almost like technically more technically challenging.
Yeah.
Looking for that gameplay, do you think
it's more of a flow to it? The other one was, more like. I would say it's more athletic, it's more agile. You're all over the place, more acrobatic, I suppose you would say. And in the first one, it was more sort of like rigid, I suppose. Even though it still felt awesome in my opinion and everything. But like when you compare the two, it does look like a much more fluid thing in the new game.
That's one thing I did take away. This was a much more smoother. The transitions between jumping and actual, you could. There seemed to be a much more tasks or elements you could utilize in midair.
Yeah.
There's much more evidence to things. You could jump and attack and quickly get out of the way of something very quickly.
Yeah, that's a good shout. So there's even like grenade bombs or something you can throw out and then stuff like that, isn't there? Like in the air, and you throw out a little bomb or something, I think it is.
That's right. So I was like, oh, hang on, this is a bit of a unique one. So is that kind of... In terms of, obviously, we know Hollow Knight was your, I would say, your pinnacle of the showcase. But was there any other outstanding games that you felt, at least on this showcase? Because I know, obviously, you've been keeping up with just a couple of other showcases you've been dealing with, isn't it? Just the odd one or two.
Just a few. There's a bit too many for this. Just all merged into one. I mean,
in terms of this showcase. Besides, obviously, Silksong. Was there any other ones?
Silksong blew my mind. Obviously, just wasn't expecting that at all. So good to see it there, and the fact that we've now got a year closing in. But the other game that's probably my favourite on this one is a nice surprise is that The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Do you remember that one? It was like quite a vibrant, colourful.
Now that one did interest me. I like the look of that one.
Nice.
I was glued.
Awesome.
Do you know that had a, because it was like a side scroller, but that reminded me of. Do you remember I can't think of his name now. It was a first person with the two almost like two snakes in the background. Oh God, he had darkness. The darkness. It had the darkness vibe, but in side scrolling. And I was like, wow, because obviously, when you saw that, it looks like he's like linked with some sort of demonic or some sort of demonic power.
It's always like it reminds me of this other game like that, that Necromonicon or whatever it's called, into that sort of like there's that book. You know what I mean? It's sort of into the nether worlds and stuff. I think there might be some stuff like that going on within the game. It looks really interesting, and the colourful palette. The colour palette was absolutely beautiful. I just thought, this looks right up my street, and everyone knew that because we were on the Box and Burger show. Scott and Luke were like, they just knew before I even said I love that game, and they called it. So yeah, it was awesome. So you thought you're up for that? Way that's up your street, is it?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, the thing dark.
Nice.
Dark and unusual. It's going to be my.
This is the thing. This is why you've not really played a lot of Hollow Knight, have you? Is that right?
No, that was it. And it was just one of these things. It's because the big thing about me is big games like that. I know it's a game like it's going to be big. It's there 30 to 50 hours minimum, probably even more than so. I think what was it saying as Vijay was saying, is like he was doing 50 already or something like that. You put in over 100 plus.
Me personally, I put in over 100 hours, but that was to do the 100% completion and everything.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if I'm going to do it, I have to set aside a chunk of time.
You can beat that game in around 20 hours. I would say if you just wanted to get. I mean, Meisuke
I'm also
did it
kind of waiting for. I'm also. I'm hoping they're going to do maybe a Game of the Year package. Get the whole, two.
Well, essentially they've done that already. It's the Void Heart edition, which is actually the one that's on Game Pass, and you get all the DLC included in it. But that DLC is free anyway, to be honest. So, but yeah, it's basically the whole package. If you play it through Xbox, that's the Void Heart edition, which is on Game Pass right now. I recommend it. I just think you like your darker stuff, and perfect chance to get into it for Silksong. Have you tried it at all? Or?
I haven't, no. And it's one of those things is I know, the trouble is I know what I'm like. I'll try it and I won't bloody put it down. And because you well know, when we've got other indie games to review, it's hard, it's hard.
It's worth your time though. The thing is as well, you like Elden Ring and things like that. So you like Souls-like games. So I think you'd really dig.
There is another game
I hate yourself. What's that?
Oh.
Another indie one that was shown. It's grabbed my attention. Annapurna one, Cocoon.
Yes,
that looked very interesting. He was like putting those balls on that thing and then like morphing into a sort of like a different area or on a different planet sort of thing. It was weird.
Yeah.
It seemed very interesting. They're on a bit of a roll, aren't they, Annapurna?
Oh, Annapurna are just flawless, basically. Yeah, definite. They're a bit like Devolver, but they just do different style of games on the publishing's front. But yeah, Devolver. Did any of you guys see the Devolver showcase?
No,
it's never a bad showcase, is it? They're really. I have not seen a showcase yet. I don't want to play at least majority of their games, and just the stupidity and craziness of those showcases As I tweeted out, I was like, I've never seen a bad Devolver.
No, this is my favourite one, actually.
Yeah.
This was mine and Luke's favourite Devolver showcase. So it was an awesome one. If you haven't watched it, you catch up on it. It's not a long showcase, half an hour of awesomeness, basically. Did you watch it, Stubzy?
No, I haven't.
Outrageous. Outrageous. watch my live reactions.
I've got a backlog of videos to watch from the showcases. Last night I was watching, but obviously, as you've seen, I went pub and I fell asleep.
Went down to the pub.
That's what happened.
I don't know how that says. I don't know what that says. Does it really? It's like, went down to the pub.
Yeah, that's not an excuse, is it? It's like, I'm so sorry. I just decided that there was better things for me to be doing with my time, and I went down there.
Mind you, after a couple of years of being locked in, we can give them a little bit,
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
what did you think that other game then? It gave me like Life is Strange vibes. That as Dusk Falls, it's done sort of like a TV.
Yeah. That's a good
I'm interested in that. Yeah,
I think it looks cool.
It gave me like Life is Strange vibes for some reason. I don't think it's done by the same people though.
No, it's not the same. No, but they it does look really cool. I think that some of the art design on
the
that
art
is
style
awesome.
is beautiful.
Yeah, really clever. It's really unusual as well. But did you notice the solo or multiplayer up to 8 players thing that they tagged on the end?
That confused me. It's like, is it going to be like what's called? The Quarry? That's almost like a cinema experience with 4 or 5 people, isn't it? I was just wondering if it's going to be. I was wondering if it's going to be similar to those sort of games where it's like 8 players. So how does that work? Because it looks like it says the choices you make or take. Almost because they did a little image of them saying, how was your day? And then they showed 3 or 4 different branches, which each all then split out the different potential cause of an effect solutions. So it's like, how does this work?
Yep.
I'm intrigued of how that's going to work. Is it something that you take one person's character, or do you take over a particular sequence? It's a unique thing that I'm just like,
I'll be like the House Bashes.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, hopefully they are very impactful decisions, and you feel like you are sort of like tailoring the narrative essentially. Because like Luke was saying, it will sort of be that game. It could be really good, but it could fall flat if the story isn't very gripping, if you see what I mean. So yeah, but the art style in itself amazing, and I really hope the story is going to be like really compelling. That'll be a good game, I think.
Yeah, Luke's just messaged me and says he's not sure if he's going to be back because his internet's really playing up.
Yeah, he had that the other day when we were doing the Tribeca. It was dropping out on him.
I reckon just Indy's got like a little, remote control to his internet. And he's just like, right, I want to get in, click him out. That's it. That's it. Get rid of him.
I wanted to go into beer because one of the reasons I wanted to be was because Luke's here. We chat about stuff with you guys. But yeah, I've just come in and overtaken. So let me shut up if you. You can kick me out if you want as well.
No, it's all good. Finally got your wish.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't expect it to be on the Xbox stage.
I did not expect that at all. That was.
I kept saying no. It's Nintendo Direct again.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not. I think it's not that it wasn't. I think it still will be release date revealed at potentially the Nintendo showcase, although it might just be revealed on both or whatever. Now I don't know how they'll do that, but this isn't the release date reveal, so it's.
Are they the kind of company? I mean, to do like, I hate to do this like exclusive. Say Xbox was to approach them with a substantial amount of money, would they do a time limited window of like 3 months?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think
they don't seem the type. No, I think they're very much no.
They don't need to really, do they?
I agree with you.
They will sell a lot.
Exactly. I think it probably took them quite a lot to make that decision to do the Game Pass thing, even. But like, they must have offered them a decent amount, and they must have seen the value in it, and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, they probably knew how much they were going to sell this game, so it probably had to be thought about quite a bit. I'd just say.
Oh, it would have to been, yeah.
You'd have to think about how much they're going to. That offer has to be quite substantial. They're not because they're money hungry. It's just because obviously they have to think how much those sales would we have made without Game Pass, and then compare it to sort of what the offer is and all that sort of thing. So that has to be considered. There's nothing to do with them being hungry or anything like that for the dosh.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah,
definitely right. You are. Have you got Centurion? Have you got any indie games you like to look off that you haven't mentioned yet?
I will be truthful. I don't get enough time for indies. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm over here, like, hold on, where's my needle for this balloon? But no, don't get me wrong. I would have to say I'm like scrolling through real quick. Out of all the games shown, the one that looked a little interesting to me was Ravenlock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I loved the Alice in Wonderlands-esque style of the game. It looked very interesting, and I'm wanting to see more on this game. That would probably be one I'm going to check out on Game Pass.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's mentioned, and it was a weird one for me, and I know it's a deviation from the indie games, was Diablo 4.
Oh, definitely.
That actually looked very good.
And I mean, I literally have kind of ignored Diablo for quite a few years, and I was like, well, okay, that actually looks quite good, especially the Necromancer. I was like, well, that's just me down to a T. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been Diablo'd out lately, especially with all the news that I've been keeping up with on the state of Diablo Eternal or whatever it is, and the game that they came out with, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, I was kind of shocked that all of a sudden Diablo 4 is showing up, especially with all the news and press that the Diablo franchise has been receiving. Like I said, I streamed it with my brother with him on headset, and he is totally excited for Diablo. He's the Diablo nut. And so I really hope this game turns out every way everybody wants it to be.
Just be careful, though, because Rod Ferguson's there. And he was there for Gears. And look what happened. So watch out. He's a sleeper agent.
So
there's going to be a lot of wall hugging in the new Diablo game.
Oh, God knows.
The visuals on that were awesome, though. When they looked really, they've taken that up a big notch. The old Diablo 4, I think that looks awesome. I think that was Luke's game of the show. I'll speak for him as he can't be here. And I was outraged. It wasn't Silksong.
Really? Well, yeah. You're going to have to do that show once 3J's better. You can do that show.
Yeah.
It was promised a Silksong show.
That'd be cool. That's why Removable and yourself has to finish off old Hollow Knight, and then you can join us.
According to the Xbox Game Pass app, As Dusk Falls is coming 19th of the 7th, 2022.
Nice.
Naraka is coming 22nd of the 6th, 2022.
Yeah, this month.
That looks good.
It's come up on the app already.
Scorn
they showed that. Is coming
21st of October.
Yeah.
So they put those up there straight away.
There you go. Removable Sanity Scorn. You must be digging that, yeah?
Oh, of course, yeah. HR Geiger fan. Again, I'm literally, for me, that is just like, it just looks absolutely nuts. And the trouble is, I mean, I've seen enough Scorn, and they didn't really showcase too much more than what we've already seen. So it was like, oh, okay, not a problem. But I was like, they give us now a date for it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued about it. But I said, for me, as one of the things I had was the announcement from Hideo Kojima, and of course it was the High on Life. I don't know what you thought about the High on Life. Sort of, it was almost like the Rick and Morty one.
Oh yeah, that was the one where I missed it. Actually, I was just kind of rushing around a bit at that point. What did that look like then? Was it good?
Oh, it looked absolutely nuts. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I would say it looks. If you're into the Rick and Morty sort of humor, it's that, and it's literally crazy. You've got talking guns and talking knives.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember. Has it got the same voice actor or something? Because I could hear it while I was doing something in another room. Yeah, I thought it did. Yeah.
It's also got Care Bears beating the crap out of each other.
Amazing.
Best bit of the trailer. Best bit, watching them kick shit out of each other.
Oh, Removable. You was on about As Dusk Falls. It says on here, on the Xbox app, it says you can play with up to 8 players at a time, locally or online, or a mix. Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like
Wow.
Turtles, but Turtles is 6 player. That's 8-player.
Yeah, that's
it's up to 8 players, locally, online, or a mixture you can play on that Dustfalls game.
I wonder how that plays out.
Oh, and it says you can use the companion app, making choices in game easy. Just use your phone or tablet to vote with or against your friends.
That's for streaming then, probably, sort of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's intriguing.
It tells you on the Game Pass app.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's good.
Right. Oh, fantastic! I said I was interested. It's just it's one of those things. It's like, how is it going to work? Because it's like you don't know how it's going to work, sort of thing. But yeah, no,
exactly.
I mean, I can't say, as I said earlier. For me, I kind of judged the showcases on how many games I was interested in. I was interested in a good chunk of them.
That's
really good chunk of them.
Do you know what was funny? They didn't have any ID Xbox sizzle reel this time. Did you notice that?
Well, that's what I was wondering, and I was like, is that going to be the fact that they've tried to integrate it into the Xbox as one element, or are they still going to do a full-on ID Xbox, but maybe whack it around July?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even if they usually do those showcases and everything, they usually have like a minute and a half just packed full of trailers, don't they, cut together. So that's what I thought was a bit strange. They didn't do that even. But yeah,
we are getting an extended version, aren't we?
On Tuesday, you mean? Sorry.
Is that the extended version on Tuesday?
The Xbox things, you mean?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. There's something. Yeah, there's another show on Tuesday, so hopefully they'll do something.
I thought the extended version, again, I could be completely wrong. I thought that was going to be just more of the developers talking about the games that was on the showcase.
Yep.
I think
Cherry are going to walk out on stage.
Yeah.
Team Cherry.
Team Cherry won't walk out anywhere. They're
I know they won't.
Really, too busy working.
They're locked away in a dungeon working on the game. They don't even have a social media presence, basically. They don't even have a Twitter handle or anything.
Another good thing was Grounded's come out of preview now, hasn't it? I started playing that the other day, actually, Grounded.
Oh, yeah, saw that, yeah. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibe.
Yeah, it looks good.
I enjoyed that.
Better with friends, apparently, because you can die quite a bit in that game.
Yeah, because Colt Eastwood plays with his kids, doesn't he? Because I remember him telling me. He said it's great fun.
Nice.
It wasn't a bad. So obviously you've been keeping up with a hell of a lot of games. Clearly, your wish list is expanding significantly.
Extreme, yeah.
Are you looking forward to Shredder's Revenge, Andy? Yeah,
very much so. Yeah, definitely. Cannot wait for that. It's really awesome.
Good, that will be.
Yeah.
Day one, me, Luke, BMG, and a few of us are testing a 6-man co-op. See if it works.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds good. I guess I'll be outside that day. Looking through the window.
There's too much demand.
You'll be too busy hitting up the Silkstone developers guy. Any news? Any news? Any news? Any news?
Man. He is me DMing him now.
Yeah, well, that's what my wife said again. Actually, you should message Lef again. And now something's happened.
I'm just waiting for you to do one of these unboxing videos where they're just got the indie gamer box. Just ready because the amount of times you've been speaking about it. It's like, fine, just give him a bloody box to shut him up.
Love it. So, what were your highlights, you guys? What was your main? I don't want to take over the show. Stubbs, what was your highlight? I'm not a host. Sorry, I apologise. Just out of interest.
Neither is Stubbs, to be honest with you. It's not.
Animated Evil was hosting earlier.
Well. Wondering what you like, what you digged about this show, guys. What one's yours?
Well, it was longer, that's for sure. It was nice, short, sweet trailers, gameplay. Not too much chat. I noticed one thing. They just didn't mention demos. Now, I know they've said demos is coming. Nothing was mentioned, was it?
No, I thought that would be.
Or am I just being an idiot?
No, not that I saw anyway. Because they did actually mention that before the show, though, didn't they? Did you see that with Sarah Bond?
Yeah, because she said, Twitter, demos is now going to be a more of a thing, which is like, fantastic, because that's actually that can often sell quite a few games. So I thought, okay, this showcase, this is the perfect ideal situation where he's like, oh, by the way, we've dropped on 20 plus demos. Go and do it. But then I'm wondering whether that's going to be for the indie, the ID Xbox thing.
Is it a regular thing then with the demos? Is this regular?
Yeah, they're going to be putting demos into Game Pass. But essentially, although it's free demos anyway, so it's the same thing as putting it on Xbox, really. But that's how they worded it.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they're going to be putting, which is cool. I mean, it's quite funny though how they discuss it. I mean, it's like they're talking about it like it's a profound thing. They're like, yeah, now we're going to be really, we've thought of this idea. We've thought of an idea, guys. We've never.
PlayStation are doing it. Is that why they're doing it?
Well, they copy. It's Steam who do that mostly, really, with the demos. So they're like looking. They're like saying, especially with Steam Next Fest, which is starting on Monday, by the way, another one. So I probably will do some. Yeah, there's loads of good demos this time, though. I might do videos instead of individual games. But yeah, I was going to say, like, they're talking like it's like we've thought of an idea which is going to be something revolutionary. It's called demos.
It's short, it's sweet. You try a game before you purchase it, and it's revolutionary. It's never been done anywhere else before. And
exactly.
It's free.
Exactly. Yeah.
They won't get a lot.
We've called it Gemos. Games
it means demonstrations. It's cool. It's really cool, guys. I'm taking the piss, but it is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're doing it.
But they won't get many of the big publishers and devs to do it. They won't get them involved. They won't be interested.
No, it's probably good for the indie devs.
Devs it is.
Yeah. Especially ones who are making a demo for Steam anyway, because a lot of them do that and put in the Steam Next Fest. Then they can make one for Xbox too if they come into Xbox. Yeah. Sorry, did someone just say my name?
Yeah. Did you hear Todd Howard say about Starfield? We're going to get onto that anyway. He said 100 planets, but 1,000 overall.
I didn't say 100.
1,000 systems.
1,000 systems. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Trust me, for the likes of like No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous players, that's like very small compared to but I expect they're curated. They're much more
exactly.
Curated,
I was going to say, you nailed it. Yeah. So with No Man's Sky, it's procedurally generated, isn't it? I believe
that's right. Yes. Yeah. With No Man's Sky, it's procedurally generated with different animals types thing. With Elite Dangerous, it's actually based on real universe data. So it's much more scientific specific, and you just land on these things. They're a little bit barren. They're quite more barren than No Man's Sky. So on this Starfield, by the sounds of it, they're much more curated worlds. So it could be that'll be intriguing to see if they're going down the procedurally generated route of No Man's Sky with maybe some tweaks, or are they just going to be barren? Slightly barren planets. I don't think there will be. That goes down much more of like the bigger thing about that is it just opens it up to DLC. Let's face it. We've just added another 100 more worlds. We've just added in another 100 more planets. It allows for it to expand in any situation.
No, definitely.
But as Stubbs was saying, will it work day one?
Yeah, good question. Stubbs, what was your highlight and what did you think of that Starfield then? What did you think? I want to hear what Stubbs
I was more impressed with Redfall, to be honest.
Oh, well, yeah, cool.
It's a game that I didn't know anything about. We've seen that little trailer last year and I wasn't really sure what the game was about. And then we've seen this, they showed gameplay and it was very interesting. It's like a game you can play solo or multiplayer with your friends, and that's the one that's got me the most intrigued out of the whole show.
So you like Redfall,
no gears was there.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you broken-hearted that the collection wasn't there?
That was.
That's been the last 5 years or something that you've been thinking it's going to be there, though, I think. But yeah, it's BMG dropped off.
That's who it is. I was trying to work out who it was then. I was trying to think who it would be. Didn't
even know who. Oh, he's gone. Bugger him.
To be honest, there was quite a few. There was like, they're not new games. Obviously, it would be good for the Persona to try the Persona games. I've not tried them because Daz. He rates them on PC, and he was always asking, "Are they ever coming?" I was like, "No, they're not. Now they are coming."
Vijay likes them as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've heard they are very, very good.
BMG just texts saying his internet's gone off.
No, oh my God, am I like
I'm starting to think. I told you, it's indie. He's one by one. He's turning off the internet.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I'm just going to check mine now.
Meisuko likes the old Persona as well. He's very excited for that.
I've played a bit of I think was it 4 or 5 on the PlayStation 4.
It's back on.
I quite enjoyed it.
Just go on.
That was me pulling myself in and out there. I was joking.
I don't want to know what you were pulling in and out. I'm sorry.
But no, the Kojima Productions was a surprise for me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Real Sanity keeps claiming power for it because he kept saying it. And I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I didn't.
There have been rumours for months, isn't it, that he's supposed to be working with Xbox, and everybody was saying, no, he's tied to PlayStation.
Never going to happen. Never going to. Yeah, and it was like, come on. It was like the moment he started his own company, he is free to do whatever he wants, and that's what he's always ever wanted to do. Yeah, he's only ever wanted to create games. He's not. He doesn't want to be tied to a particular platform.
He wants to make movies, mate. Trust me, Kojima does.
He's an artist, and that's how he sees it. He wants to create a vision. And he doesn't care how he does it. He just wants to get that vision out to as many people as possible.
Well, that's what Luke was saying. He's got no loyalty. Someone gives him the money and lets him create a game he wants to. He'll go there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what an artist wants to do.
Silent Hill.
Yeah. He wants to
Kojima should be given the keys to Silent Hill. I'm sorry, I've said that for ages.
I doubt he'd want to do some other thing, though. I think he always wants to do his own IPs and stuff. From his own. Yeah, exactly. Because that's just how he is, I think. But yeah, I know what you're saying though.
Did you get a DDoS attack by Indie Gamer by chance, Ballman Gamer? Is that what happened?
No, I think it's me. I think it's the elder son messing with the internet, being a tech genius and all. He just thinks he has the right to knock it off the rest of us.
He's put you down to the 2.5 hertz instead of the 5 gigahertz. Yeah. Dad to the podcast. That needs to go to my gaming.
Yeah.
Playing Hollow Knight, and he's taking it up with a bloody podcast.
Yeah, well, he's actually big on that role playing for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, yeah.
He's right big on that. So when the internet starts slowing down, he just assumes there's a problem, so he just goes and resets it.
Really?
Regardless what anyone else is doing, yeah. No, we're back on. We're up and running. That's fine.
Yeah, but don't you think if Kojima did Silent Hills, his mind and his imagination would run wild on something like that, wouldn't it? Literally, just give him the keys to a Silent Hill type game at least.
He would.
I don't know, because Kojima's he does very different genres. He likes to do different things. So, for instance, if you've played Snatcher on the Sega Mega CD, was a very much a horrific.
On a hill.
Yes.
Oh, never happened. Never happened.
Snatcher was very much almost like a point and click horror title. Very dark, very deep. Then you saw him go down. If you see his different games, he's kind of got a simple theme, but he also likes to kind of delve into different genres that picks his fancy. So that's what I'm intrigued about. He's the sort of person who could create anything. You'll never know what the hell he's going to create until he puts it on your plate. He needs to make a Pokemon game where the Pokemon actually rip each other up. They fight each other and rip each other apart. That's how you win.
You can keep your Pokemon to yourself.
He wants a Sonic game. That's what it is. He's just missing a Sonic game.
You should try that Sonic Racers game. BMG, you'll love that. That's like Mario Kart.
And anything Sonic belongs where ET belongs, in a fucking landfill.
Jesus.
Have you not seen my picture, Indy?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, hang on. One sec.
It's his tattoo he's got on his butt cheek.
Right, hang on. Here we go.
That's amazing. Who did that?
I don't know. I can't remember where I found it now, but I found a picture and I thought, we'll have that just for Stubbs and Scott SX2 loves it. Absolutely loves it.
That's brilliant.
No, they didn't actually, Misako. They didn't show any horror games. I was surprised with that.
You're wrong there.
That's quite funny.
That's a lie. What's Scorn then?
Scorn.
Yeah, that's a horror game. Yeah, so they did show that one, but they didn't show the extreme amount that most of the other shows did.
Our scorn's a cross between horror and sex. It's something really crazy about that game.
This guy, HR Geiger, and if you know anything about
so
HR
what happened
Geiger,
to the big Avowed rumours then? Everyone was saying on Twitter, they're like, oh yeah, that's going to be shown, that's going to be shown. I didn't see it. I didn't see Avowed.
No.
Didn't
it wasn't Avowed.
Everyone was saying sort of they're going to show it and they're going to put a release date on it and all this. Well, I didn't see nothing.
You never know what to believe. You can't believe it.
Centurion. Do you look at Scorn?
Scorn? I've been keeping up with Scorn for a little while. I will say that it's come and gone off my radar here and there over the years because it is a game that started off as a Kickstarter. It was supposed to be 2 different games, and then they got more money and were able to make it into one game. Definitely for me, I'm at this point where I'm like, well, let's see if it comes out in October. If it does, I'm wanting to play this. I'm wanting to check it out. I know the developers wanted to really create an experience that was, I don't want that really did feel realistic, that they were saying very gross, grotesque, that eeriness to it. But they also wanted it to where, like, when you pick objects up, you actually see the character physically manipulate the object to pick it up. It's not like where you just run up and scoop it and all of a sudden it's in your hand like it was in games of past. So they've put a lot of technical stuff into this game. I know like there's some puzzles that pop up that I've seen on their Kickstarter page for stuff that they're wanting to do, like for physical elements of the game for operating the doors. They've also got guns that are supposed to be like symbiotes or living organisms, and you gotta we see him like crack the gun open and load bullets that almost look like they're alive into the chamber. It's definitely going to be a very unique game, and it's going to be a fun treat, no pun intended, for the fact that it's coming out in October.
Perfect timing. Halloween.
Yeah, sure.
What's people's thoughts on Flintlock? Because that's kind of like,
cool.
I hadn't heard anything about that at all. That was like
from the Ashen developer, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. Is that the one? Or have I got that mixed up?
No, I didn't think it looked that good. I think it looked like an Xbox One game. I don't think it looked that good.
I don't know if it's one of those things. It's an RPG. Yeah, the girl with the axe. Yeah.
I didn't think it looked that good. Looked a bit rough. But yeah, other than that, I went overly keen on it, to be honest.
No, you were much more of the Minecraft Legends, certainly, weren't you?
Oh, I tell you something. If it's got ray tracing, I'll be all over it. If it hasn't, then no. I want to play Sea of Thieves after that nice little. Song
did you enjoy that song? I love that song. That was brilliant.
My little feet was tapping away on the floor as I was.
I wasn't the only one then. I was tapping away to that. It was good.
It did. I must admit, it did bring in a lot more. Even though I was like, that's quite unique. What about it was the teddy bear one. It's not teddy bear one. It was Lightyear, one with their first person shooter. That was with it looks like all teddy bears, but it's not teddy bears. What was it called? A Gunfire Reborn or something like that.
Gunfire Reborn. Yeah.
That was a kind of a unique
that's coming out in October, and Game Pass Day 1 as well.
Yeah, that was actually looked quite exciting. And then there was a mech one, wasn't there? There's a mech farming game or mech.
There was that Nakakara online.
Yeah, that's a Japanese
one.
No,
it was a mech.
He's talking about Lightyear Frontier.
That's it.
Yes, the mech game where you look like I'm farming and stuff.
It was 4-player, like a 4-player mech base builder, almost survival games, I think.
I want to say it reminded me of the concept of Subnautica, where you crash land. You obviously gotta build your base, the area that you're going to do everything from. Obviously, there looked like a co-op feature from that, and you were able to get assistance from other people in constructing this base. There was plant life that you had to water, resources that you're going to have to create and maintain. But then it just doesn't stop there. It looks like it expands where you now have to explore the planet, and there's some kind of like ancient culture left over on the planet that like there's a mystery to it. So there's also a story aspect to it too. It's not just, hey, this is a survival farming simulator. It seems like there's going to be a story to it.
Yeah, exactly. There did seem to be much more there than what was originally there. It kind of had a like almost No Man's Sky sort of esque to it, but it looks like it's 4-player co-op as well. So I was like, okay, that could be quite an intriguing game. Do you want to show? I said there wasn't many games there that wasn't piqued my interest, and it was also it was a nice. Was it about an hour and a half show as well? So it wasn't too long.
So you quite pleased with the whole thing? Nice.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, if so far with games in general, I'm still catching up with a lot of the showcases, and obviously the PC ones coming through. As you said, the Steam one's coming through quite shortly. There is a hell of a lot that we've got to look forward to this year, whether you're on console or whether you're on PC or whether you're on your, there is a huge ton of games that's going to keep us all bloody occupied.
Just something quickly. I just thought it'd be. Luke has actually brought it to my attention. I had to say this because it's absolutely awesome. Just in case if you're not thinking Silk Song's on your radar, whether it should be or not. Just looking at the Xbox channel right now, the trailer for the new Xbox trailer on the Xbox channel for Silk Song, as I say, now has 219,000 views in 5 hours.
That's big.
Oh. And Redfall has 37,000 views. So
really?
Eat that. You know what I'm saying? So if you think Silk Song is just some petty indie game that you don't want to see on your showcase, then you might want to think again. Just people out there.
It's just some petty indie game we don't want to know about.
You wake up tomorrow.
I think people are just clicking on it just to be like, no, I'm serious. It was there. Look.
You know what it is? What was it? It was 239,000.
Let me just double check again. What did I say? 219,000 views in 5 hours.
So there must be at least 218 of those was yours. Just refreshing it on a regular basis.
Just, like, click.
Is it real? Is it real? It is real. It is now. It can't be. It is real.
It's got it on every television in the house.
I actually haven't watched that trailer yet for that. I've only been looking back on
Don't
the
give me
actual
that
showcase
at all. You probably put your bookmark it in every, as you said, on every platform.
There we go. There's another view.
Sorry, buddy.
I've just clicked it for you. More views.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
Click.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Can we expect to see a trailer breakdown on your channel at some point? Talking about it?
Maybe. I would like to do something like that, I've not really done something like that before, but maybe. It could be good. I've been tempted to make a Silk Song style video for a while, but I don't know, I just feel like don't know if it would be something I'd do well. Like, cause I've done I was going to do a top 10 games from the showcase today, like indie games from showcase this week. Maybe that's what I'll do. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm tempted
to do top one. You might as well just cut yourself down a little bit.
I'll do top 10. I'll do everyone. Everyone can be Silk Song.
10 times to be Silk Song.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But
what would be good though is in coming months, and this is where you could probably tie it in with the show with VJ, is probably a background history for those who are probably may not have played the first one and are looking to go into the second one as their very first.
Yeah, definitely got
their very first try. That would probably be a good. It's like historically, you could go through the background, you could go through the developers' tales, how they've come together, how they split apart, how they have moved forward. Before it's like the background. I would say there's 10 things you need to know before moving on to Silk Song, but it's one of those things you can easily kind of almost like document the path leading up to it if you wanted to try and push yourself into that.
Well, the comments in this video, the comments in this video for Xbox channel speaks volumes because they're not slagging it off. The majority of them are just loving it. The fact it's arrived.
Yeah. Are you looking at the comments now? I'm looking at that. So
yeah, it's quite very popular. You normally get trolls, but a lot of them are.
Is it indie game?
Yeah.
Half of them will be your subscribers from your channel.
I'll be right back, guys. Be 1 second if that's okay. Cool. Catch you a sec.
Yeah.
Yep. He's quickly off to turn on Silkstone on every channel.
Yes.
give a few more likes.
Yeah, that's it. It's like click. Refresh.
It's cool.
But in terms of, presumably those here have seen the PlayStation event. They've seen here the Xbox event. Very two different styles, very two different things. To be honest with you, I was very impressed with both. I enjoyed both. There's games that I want to play on both SIS platforms. And obviously we've got the Steam event coming up. Obviously come up from I think it's next week in USA.
It's not actually a Steam event, it's a load of demos. It's not actually
it's a little download demos. And obviously there is, am I correct in speaking, there is at least a good couple of more showcases coming through this month and next month, isn't it?
And the Perna one's on July the 28th, I think.
There is more.
Saito said.
I'm surprised we didn't get anything from EA. I'm surprised we didn't get anything from EA because they were teasing on Twitter that there's some really, really good coming, and I think a lot of people assumed it was going to be at the Xbox showcase with them having that partnership. But
this is what's kind of confused me because, as I said, there's the ID Xbox showcase that hasn't really shown anything. That's why I've asked the question: is there some kind of showcases that might not aren't happening maybe now, but will probably be happening in the next month or so? Because that's exactly that. It's like there is some that you're like, well, we haven't heard nothing about.
Yeah, it's just a bit bizarre, really, because it's like it would have been a perfect time because they've already announced, EA have already said we're not doing a show this year, because they haven't got enough to fill a show. I don't know, which I'm assuming would be the main reason. But when you're in a partnership with Xbox, NA, we'd think get a couple of things in there to show off, and when you tease that you've got something's coming up, and then you do nothing, it's kind of like a bit of a letdown, really. It was a good show all in all. I really did enjoy the show, and I'm happy that we've seen things that are coming out within the next 12 months. For me, Starfield was the highlight of the show. That was the main thing I went into that I wanted to see. With what we've seen, how much we've seen, that's got my hype up. When I didn't think we were going to get details like literally showing on screen how you can customize your ship piece by piece and place it wherever you want, pick your crew for your ship when you're off in space and what have you. And I just think that's just like a game you could just play for years and years and years. And that's the highlight for me, Starfield. If Starfield wasn't there, if they decided just to
Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's the one, isn't it? That's one you're
you're
telling me you didn't want to fly the Halo ship in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
If I had enough chairs and a pilot's cap, and I could convince my kids to sit there while pretending to be on a flight, I'd go for it. But no, we'll give that one a pass. Pentiment, that one it wasn't my type of game, but it looks really interesting. It gives me that. What was that game of? Many years ago. Was it Comic Zone?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking where you can like jump through the pages. It was like
that's right. That. Yeah, that's right. Comic Zone. Yep.
Yeah. So
you got a good memory.
Oh god, I don't even know where I've seen. Where did I see? I can't remember. Somewhat recently, I'd seen that, and I thought, I remember playing that game as a kid. But yeah, I thought they could have had something more aimed at for like families, more kids wise. I thought we would have seen some at Banjo Kazooie, if I'm honest.
Well, they have got party animals, so.
Yeah. And you got Fall Guys coming as well, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah. But if you try to get
is that you think the thing at the moment? You think there's lacking slightly on maybe the family-friendly sort of situation?
Yeah. And did they, when they've been teasing this Xbox tree? that's been popping up. Did anyone see that?
Xbox treat.
Oh, it might just be. No, it definitely wasn't me.
There was rumours they're supposed to be doing the family plan thing as well, but that didn't happen.
Well, this is it. I thought that's what we was going to get when Phil came on. I thought we was going to get that announcement. If you go on Xbox, I can't remember. I'm sure it's on their Twitter. It's literally like a tree. All this detail, like the Xbox symbol in the middle, and it's like, and it was almost to say tree as a family tree, family plan type thing. And I thought we was going to get like an announcement of the family plan.
Do you think they probably wouldn't do that on a showcase like this? They probably just announce that on social media or something, would they? Or
well, that's what I would assume. But when they were like teasing this thing on the socials, it's like, what's that for? But then again, like I say, we have got that show coming up in 2 days, so
yeah, it could be on that.
You never know. Yeah.
But isn't that show? As I said, the one in 2 days. Isn't that like they've released it? It's extended. It's not the way I understood it. It's not going to be extended by much, though, is it?
No, it's just extended.
Are they actually giving details on time of it? Or,
Is that what the title of it is? Is it called extended? Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's extended showcase. I think it's just a little bit more in depth. I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing the same stuff over again and not more in depth, though, are they? I thought they were going to do some other stuff.
I thought that was the idea of it, like last year's.
I thought it was just it was the games that have been shown, maybe with some of the developers talking about.
Might be. Not sure.
Because as you said, it's the ID Xbox and other aspects like that. The EA showcases and stuff like that. We haven't seen anything. It's just like, is it something they're just going to kind of push to July? Give kind of eat out some of these more showcases and say, oh, by the way, we haven't given you everything yet.
Yeah, there's not been like an EA. They used to have EA first at E3, didn't they? And they used to have a little showcase of different, obviously all the sports games, but also like the EA originals and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
The smaller indie ones.
It's gone. So I don't know. Maybe July is going to be where they're going to throw us a few more showcases. But you would think they'd announce it now.
I think Xbox need to do more. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I don't know though. They've got a big following on social media, so they can pretty much announce something. Like with Nintendo Directs, they announce it the day before. You know what I mean? It's on social media, and then it's still got millions of viewers. So kind of just the way they roll. But,
Nintendo do their own thing, though, don't they?
That's true. Yeah.
You want to release something? Oh, you bored? Yeah, right. We'll release it now. Then. Should we tell some? All right, fine. If I have to, fine. I'll let everyone know.
Yeah.
I found the tree thing. It's not the family plan. It's
grounded. I just found it.
Yeah,
grounded.
It's Xbox app, console, cloud gaming in more places ever, PC optimization, new customization options for Xbox Design Labs. Has nothing to do with the tree whatsoever. That's so stupid.
You're talking out of your room,
apparently.
Oh dear.
Goes on the Tuesday. Showcase Plus, apparently. Yeah, someone's just mentioned I can't remember. Yeah, he's just said it was on Tuesday.
Called Showcase Plus. Yeah, I think there'll be other games on there, not just the ones we've seen.
Well, I'm hoping you're right, indeed. They can just announce Gears then.
Yeah,
I can't
Marcus
see it.
Phoenix collection.
I think
the Gears community is reeling currently. They're reeling.
I think there's more chance you'll see Scalebound being
more chance of Avowed
than Gears.
Scalebound
is well and truly dead.
Yeah.
Gears first-person shooter coming.
No, you do not want a Gears first-person shooter.
You're not getting Gears. It is a waste of resources. It's a waste of money. We've played the games. They remastered or whatever they did with them. They've got backwards. Yeah, but you've got backwards compatibility, aren't they? Like optimized on that with 60 FPS.
Slight frame rate issues and slight tweaks, but a remaster
the issue
better.
Is though, it's like Halo got the MCC, so all the old games can be played on the new servers. So they shut the Halo 360 servers down. So backwards compatibility.
Basically,
so when they shut the servers off, that's it. Whereas they upgraded them and
Stubbs just wants the Gears Rod Ferguson collection. That's it.
Rod Ferguson collection. Yeah.
I've
be weird though.
He's gone absolutely quiet for that. You can hear him seething under his breath.
I've got Uncle Phil on Xbox, so I'll send him a live message that he won't reply. He won't reply to, just saying don't bother. Nobody wants it.
He does
Don't waste your money.
party chats with people, you know.
Yeah.
He does, but it's not best.
Only with the likes of
anything to do with Xbox though.
And he doesn't want to be on there. Yeah, doing like interviews. Saves the game.
I've been told that he does talk to gamers and that, but if like you start asking him this and that and the other, he won't like just leave.
Bye.
He just probably won't play with you. You know, he
Just have you assassinated.
He's an executive and he can't talk about anything.
Your account doesn't work next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been a good show. 2 hours and 24 minutes so far. Yeah, it's been a.
Basically, that's a heat. You want to go to bed now, is it?
Yeah. But
he wants to go onto his Xbox and download the whole stuff.
I've got Turtles downloaded. That's all that matters.
Mine's installed ready.
Yeah, I tell you what, BMG, it's terrible. The buggers won't let me play it. I keep clicking it, but it'll probably work on Thursday when it's released.
I've told you. All you need to do in the meantime, just order some pizzas. Have that every day. Hide in cupboard and stuff like that. When Mrs. walks past, just jump out. Stuff like
wear
that.
A red bandana.
Practice your ninja skills. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't paint yourself green though. Been there, done that. Don't come off.
No, don't put a hockey mask on and run around with a bat. That might go a bit wrong as well.
Yeah. Keep it indoors.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Go indoors, more like.
Been a fun show it has, especially we've got the Silksong news. Is one of the I might have to try and get back into Hollow Knight indie gamer.
Do it. You should.
Well, do you know when Darren, I was on about games the other day and I was talking about in regards to Luke Steele and Ainsley. I meant hard games. Hollow Knight's in that camp too. Mm-hmm. You know, because like people like Luke and Ainsley and people like a lot of gamers like and you're in that camp too. Indy, you're very good at the harder games as well, aren't you? Because I was going about hardcore, but it's people like Luke who enjoys.
That's the thing I was going to say.
He really enjoys hard. Like
the challenge is good.
Like Go Force Gaming.
Yeah.
Then roguelikes, he loves it. I was like, how do you keep calm?
But that's the thing with roguelikes, that's by design, they're like that. So you are going to die, like we talked about on that interview when we did, like you will die inevitably, regardless of anything. You know, that's just with roguelikes, you start out that way and then you grow stronger. But with like other games, Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight, the challenge is great. Also, like, you know, games like Celeste and Cuphead and things like that, the challenge is what gives you that rewarding feeling when you overcome. So I like it for that reason, for sure, as long as the game is compelling in itself.
I have to try and give it another go. I am a bit more of a go.
Yeah, you should, man. The good thing about Metroidvanias is you can explore. You don't have to just relentlessly carry on trying to beat that one thing in a linear fashion. You can go elsewhere, power up, and come back to that thing you're having trouble with, and then you'll be stronger next time you come back to it once you've got extra health or something like that. That makes sense. Yeah. I love Metroidvanias. So good.
You do. But yes. Thanks for coming on, everyone. Thanks, Centurion, for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. You'll be talking about all this again soon on TXR, won't you?
Oh, yes, Jim. The next couple hours, like 2.5 hours, we start TXR, and I could do this all over again.
Nice. And then you can jump to Starfield. All his answers previously, so you can just play it into your microphone.
And then you can jump straight to Starfield straight away.
Right? Try to get that out of the gate.
We had Invader on for the Devolver reaction, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Good old Invader. He's a great guy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks, Centurion. You tell people where they can find you.
Oh, no, thanks for having me. It was a blast chatting about the show with you guys. For those interested in finding me, you can locate me at Centurion1307 on YouTube, Xbox Live, and Twitter. You can also find me every Sunday night tonight on the TXR podcast with Invader Gaming and the rest of the great crew over there. And you can also find me every Wednesday on Gaming Beyond the Box, hosted by none other than Wilmy Hood, the Sultan of satire when it comes to like giving out tweets. I love reading his tweets sometimes. I mean, they will definitely make you smile if you follow him on Twitter. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Centurion. It's been nice to have you on. It has. And Removal Sanity, thanks for coming on.
Much
Sunday
appreciated.
Night, not Saturday night, but yeah, it was
not Saturday night. Yeah, Sunday night. It's fantastic to shoot and have a chat with everybody. It was great to have a chat. Great to have Centurion on. Great to have Boardman Gaming on, and Darren and Animated, and obviously we had Luke on for a short period. But of course, it's also great to have Indy on.
You never even got to say hello, did he? You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was messaging me in the DM though whilst we were like to be part of it.
He got here and that was like, I see, I'm off now. See you later. I've done my duty. I've got Indy on. That is it. You can pay me. You can pay me in cookies later on. But
the shame we couldn't hang out. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's a shame. It would have been a bit more, a bit more Silks on orientated, I think, wouldn't it?
That is all good.
But no, thank you very much for having me on. It was a great show. Great to hear everything. Hopefully, we'll see what else comes across. But for those who are listening, if you want to get hold of me, I run a YouTube channel regarding indie games for the Xbox platform. So you can find me on my YouTube channel there, and I see some of the reviews. I've got over 100 there now.
Nice.
There's more coming. You can also find me on Twitter and Minds and on Xbox under the name Removal Sanity, where I try my best to try and get more people into indie games as well. But
nice.
Not as much as indie, but he does. He does everywhere else. So I try and do the Xbox platform.
Yeah, you do an awesome job at it. Honestly, really good.
Thank you very much, matey.
You do.
BMG, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a fun show. It's been great to talk things Xbox after the showcase. No, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me. You can find me on Twitter at BMG, Bowman Gamer. You can find me at OnlyFans BMG Hot Tub Fun Times. Xbox at Bowman Gamer and PlayStation at Bowman Gamer 86. But yeah, other than that's it. But thanks for having us. Great to finally be on a show with Centurion and the Indie Gamer. It's the first time being on the show with both of you. I really enjoyed it.
It's good to be with you.
a mortal amongst gods. That's all I can say.
I'm the mortal, you're the god.
No. So thanks for coming on, BMG, and Indie Gamer. Thanks for coming on to do the Silk Song celebrations.
Cheers, everybody. Sorry I crashed the party a little bit, but appreciate you giving the little cheeky invite. That's very kind of you. Awesome day for Silk Song. It's great to see. Check out the game, guys. Check out Hollow Knight for now, obviously. Highly recommend it. Give it a chance. Give it over 2 hours before you really get to know the mechanics and how it's going to open up. But there's me doing it again. I can't help it myself. But yeah, shout out to all of you guys on this channel. You do awesome things. I like the way it's just really chilled, gamers chatting. Good games. Shout out to Removal Sanity as well for always being awesome indie supporter, and yourself, Stubsy Baby, for being just a great guy and a cool dude to hang out with. And thanks very much again for having me on. If you want to find me, feel free to check out my channel. It's YouTube /The Indie Gamer, all one word, or Twitter indie_gamer_01. And if you do have a spare space for a bit of a 6-player action or anything like that on Turtles, I know you've already booked up, hit me a message and I'll join you guys.
Yeah,
no, we'll definitely have to get you on to that, because the first session, the first go, we've got a full session, but I think if the game is good, I think we'll be doing loads of them, because the game's looks fun. It does.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, thanks again, though. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I look forward to checking that game out and hopefully you guys at some point.
Tell everyone about all your showcases you've got on your channel that are there.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a bunch of showcases, Future Games Show, Devolver Direct we did the Guerrilla Collective, Summer Game Fest, Day of the Devs, all of those ones we've done recently. I was going to do another Guerrilla Collective Part 2 tomorrow, the final part. I don't know if I'm going to. I might actually cancel it just because I'm working till 8 anyway, so it would literally mean getting home and going straight on because it starts at 9. I might give it a miss. That's what I've done on other days, so mind you.
You've been working hard enough doing the podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. It's been planning it.
From one to another.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I noticed is you had to, obviously, on some streams, you had to stay on the stream.
Yeah.
There's me moving streams. It was on Summer Game Fest, and I was like, BMG, I said, I'm sitting here waiting. She says, no, he won't move stream because there was too many people in chat.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That. Yeah, so what happened with that is we were I've scheduled a stream for Summer Game Fest, and then they go straight into Day of the Devs, and I just scheduled a separate stream for Day of the Devs, but it literally went straight into it. And what happened was, because we had Raylia, Raylia, the Hollow Knight YouTuber, and he's got like 150,000 subscribers or something like that.
Yes.
And he's an awesome guy. He's been on the channel a few times now, but he was joining us for that Day of the Devs one. So what he did is he did a little redirect from his stream, because he was streaming Summer Game Fest, and he came over and he brought his whole massive across from his stream and transferred them essentially to mine. So basically a raid, obviously.
And so that on YouTube. I've not heard of
that you can do a redirect. It's quite cool. You have to be subscribed to each other, and then you can set, and the link will directly link the chat people if you close your stream, and then they go to the next one essentially. So yeah, it's quite cool. So very kind of him to do that. So he brought over like a ton of people. So I couldn't. I was like, oh my god, we got so many brilliant. I don't want to now stop the stream and go to the other one. So I just said, let's just roll with it and keep everyone, otherwise we'll lose them all. So yeah, it was awesome of him to bring over so many people, and they quite a few of them subscribed and stuff. So legendary Raylia, definitely check out his channel. If you're stuck on Hollow Knight, he's the perfect guy for you, Raylia. Check him out. But yeah, thanks again for having me today, Stubbsy.
Yes, definitely, thanks. And Darren, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much for the invite, Stubbsy Wubsy. And I must say thank you for letting me be on the same panel as the two legends, Centurion 1307 and Indie Gamer. I bow to you both. And you can find.
I'm definitely
it was great to be on the same panel as all of you. Literally, it was great fun. You can find me on Twitter at Draconia67. And now it's been a bit of a slog. I finally made affiliate on Twitch at last. You can catch me there at Darren H73.
Good work.
Thank you very much. I do like to mix up the games on there. I'll try not to stick to too much of the same thing.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And if you're following on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please drop us a 5-star review. It does help the algorithm, because we now, for Midweek Gaming, have listeners in India. That's pretty cool, that, on the downloads. Belgium, America, Britain. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks everyone. It's been a fun show tonight. Roundtable gaming reaction show at the Xbox Bethesda Showcase. It's been quite a fun one. Shout out to Telegonic, who's popped into the chat. Misuku. There's been quite a few people in chat tonight. My chat, it's Timmy. Lost Boomer was there earlier on. But yeah, there's been so many. Thanks for coming in tonight. It's been a great show. But yes, thanks everyone. And we will see you Midweek Gaming on Wednesday. 9 p.m. British Summer Time, 4 p.m. EST. It's currently only the normal Midweek Gaming crew. We'll talk about the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, and if anything extra happens at the extended showcase, we will be able to talk about it, and then we'll know. We'll have to wait and see, though, we will.
Yep.
So anyway, thanks everyone. I'm going to speak to you all soon. Thanks.